Oh, I lost my phone. I'll be back.
All right.
Oh my
We are
gosh,
live.
we're here.
Okay, so here's the thing. Danielle and I are in the DC fan club. I don't know if DC, did you know that we have that?
Yeah, I announced
don't
it
know,
on
but
our
I get
channel a
a-
couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Membership's about $7 million. You can Venmo
Oh,
me.
it's a steal. It's on a discount. Great.
Yeah, Danielle is the president. So she's number 1 and I'm number 2, and we're just going to have everyone file down underneath us.
Oh, we're
so,
what is it? The like what is it
we're
called?
a binary.
A binary plan.
We're a binary plan. Uh-huh.
You get commission for every member you recruit.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, I love that. I love
And
that
we have
so
no
much.
product. We just have our love for you. So, there's that.
Oh my God.
And it's funny. So Danielle and I had never actually even talked. And I think this is the first time we've ever even seen each other like face to face. Yeah, we've just been talking over Instagram.
Because I like to slide into people's DMs.
Yeah. So hey to everyone that's watching. I am not nearly as cool as DC, so I don't have cool graphics. What else don't I have? But I am live. We figured this out. So
hell yeah. I know you've got a professional setup. You've got a microphone. You've got your headphones, and Danielle's come with her incredible lighting and her microphone. I mean, I don't see how this can go wrong, except sometimes my technical difficulties are contagious. So I'm going to apologize right now. All of the funny things happen sometimes when people stream with me. So, bless all of y'all in all the technical difficulty world. So, ugh.
My husband says I'm like a walking technical difficulty. He has me on restrictions of what I can and cannot touch in the house because he gets sick of fixing everything. So
yeah,
and
I get that.
Right. So I'm gonna Danielle, why don't you introduce yourself, and then we'll go over to DC, and then I'll talk.
Sounds good. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my talk show. That's how I always feel when I'm like speaking into this microphone. Anyway, what's up, friends? I talk to my camera on the internet, and my background, I guess I used to own a small business, got into the business coaching space, specifically on TikTok. Hired a business coach about 5 years ago, got scammed out of $5,000, was like really embarrassed about that experience for a long time. And then one day just decided to say, screw it, and posted a YouTube video. And now here we are a few months later, and things have gone a little crazy. So I mostly focus less on the MLM side and more on like the coaches coaching coaches to coach coaches. But today I thought that this was a nice little marrying of both topics. So I'm really excited to be here. Thanks, Amy, for having me.
Awesome. All right, Miss DC.
Oh, okay. It's my turn. I'm DC. I'm an MLM dropout. My first MLM I was in was, Mary Kay Cosmetics, and my second and last one was Young Living Essential Oils. And I got out last year in when was it? April 24th of last year, and then I have been kind of navigating my way of like figuring out how to do life without, being attached to a million Zoom calls and being texted by my upline why I haven't ordered more stuff. And I actually found Amy because I was in a Discord, in Aaron Bees' Discord, and Dave recommended that I go watch one of Amy's YouTube videos because I was having a breakdown of sorts of like, this feels awful. I left this community. I don't have anybody anymore. I don't know. I've lost, friends that I thought we were going to be friends for a long time. And he's like, no, go watch Amy. And then I slid into Amy's DMs and I was like, oh my God. And we started talking, and she's incredible and nice. And she did a live with me when I think I had, 50 followers or something on YouTube. And she was just so kind. She's like, of course I'll go live with you. And I'm like, great. So she has her empathy, how she articulated her experience leaving Beachbody, and her other MLM she's been in was just kind of like helpful for me. I say kind of helpful. It was super helpful for me. And then we snarked together with the Snark crew. Shout out Amber and Cheryl and Jen. And I run my mouth on the internet at all hours. And it's been a good time so far. And I've met great people like Danielle and Amy. So here we are.
can react. So crying DC found crying Amy in my
Yeah.
car. I think that's by far the one that most people have seen, because Beachbody was rough, and getting out of it. And I do have to say though, when you mentioned other MLMs, so yesterday I was cleaning out my bathroom and I found products between my bathroom and my closet. 9 different MLM companies were represented in my bathroom and my closet. So I am also, because I am kind of a nice human, I end up buying everything that anybody invites me to. And so that has been the other hard part with stopping. So there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have been getting watching some of these Beachbody coaches, the crossover that happens, most of them will then start coaching, right? So you've got your very top coaches. So Melanie Metro, she was top coach, I think 4 years in a row. She now has her own coaching business. Ashley Molstad, we know that she is trying to do her coaching business. And the interesting thing, Tanya, just send it over. I'll take 3. Right? She's like, send me one. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wait, why did that do it had done.
It's me.
Anyway.
It was a lag and then I slipped in there. It was me. It was me sliding into my own chat. So sorry about that.
So anyway, as I've been watching these coaches, there is one coach that is coaching the coaches to coach coaches that drives me absolutely out of my mind. And one of the reasons is he is an OG Beachbody coach. Okay. So he was in a long time ago and he did fairly well. But now, like, he's not doing anything with it anymore. I don't know if he's still a coach. It's entirely possible. But he now just coaches all of them on how to coach. And Danielle, okay, so Danielle and I do know something that you don't know, DC.
Oh God.
Guess who he coaches. Are you ready?
I'm scared, but I'm ready.
He is responsible for No Shame Sales Game. He is Colleen's coach.
The crossover no one ever expected. Oh my God. I didn't expect it. Y'all know. That's literally the plot twist. Oh my
God. Oh my God. That's wild.
Yep. So yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh, DC's going to love this. And I actually, so on basically right? So this last week, he did this free 5-day group to get people into his bigger group, right? And I've got all the videos from it. The hardest part with his videos is that his trainings are at least an hour, if not longer. And then I think it was on Friday, he had, it was like testimonial time, right? So he had all of these 6 and 7 figure earners on to convince you to join his group. And Colleen was on it. I'm just going to drop the names because Julie Voris is on it.
What?
Michael Folsom, Ashley Smith, Kim Fitzpatrick, I'm trying to think, and another scammerson, Josh Coates. Okay.
Oh my God.
It's true. And so we may show those at some point because they're all like 15-minute things. But we're going to watch the video. So I sent this to Danielle. I was like, hey, you do coaches on coaching coaches to coach, and they all coach coaches. Check out this video. And she replied back almost immediately. She's like, I'm like 10 seconds in and I'm not happy.
You can just tell instantly. Like the second they open their mouths, I'm like, okay, here we go. Pull out the script.
Go. Yeah. So I thought we would start out with watching Julie Voris, and she brings Brad on to try and convince you to join his group.
Oh God.
Okay. So we're gonna do that one first, and then we'll do like the 12-minute introduction that he does. And friends, make sure and go like all of the streams and, subscribe, like, comment, do all the YouTube-y things.
Do all the YouTube things. Thank you so
All the-
much.
Yes, and I'm super, super technical over here.
I'm going to
Good
link
morning.
Amy and Danielle's channel in my chat so that y'all can click on their links.
Oh, this is kind of a
hopefully-
very unfortunate screen pause. But if you've seen
Oh,
any of my
wow.
stuff, with Julie Voris, this is actually a pretty accurate representation of her energy. So here we go.
Screenshotting the heck out of this.
No, it's a rare, unusual time for Energized Live. It's barely even.
Okay, just to explain what Energized Live is real quick. She does a live video every single morning while she's mixing up her Energize to give you so much inspiration for your day. They're hilarious to watch, though. If your username is not your actual name, she will call you out and then refuse to talk to you until you have changed your Instagram name.
Yeah.
Man.
She
Yeah,
also doesn't want to look at you if you don't look like you're looking at the picture. If you don't look like you're focusing on the screen, or if you're doing other household chores, or if you're taking care of your children, she doesn't want to see it. She said, turn your screen off if you can't give me your full focus. And it's like, okay. All
So if
right.
you guys are watching this live stream, make sure you're paying attention or we're going to kick you off.
Right?
Yeah.
Eyes on, like, all time. Most of these, like, she's doing them in the morning. That's prime time for getting your kids ready for school, for like doing all the things and trying to get ready for work. I always had things on as I was trying. Like, you have to multitask, otherwise it just doesn't happen. But she does not want to see that. So
Wow.
Still morning. I know. And that's okay. Sometimes it's fun to do something different. So it is Energized Live, mid-morning, almost not morning, sort of morning, but not really morning, 11 a.m. It's going to be down, dirty, short, quick, all the things. Hold please.
So her audio does kind of go in and out, just so you know.
And
Oh,
hi! I mean, just
What's
like
that?
that. Boom, there you are.
Danielle, your face. You're
That was so aggressive.
What?
And I've watched this already.
Yeah, he is so excited. He's so excited.
Oh my god.
To answer your question, this is Julie Voris. She has been in Beachbody for like all of time. She was like a master trainer, whole 9 yards. She won the CEO award last year. Like, she is very well known in the Beachbody community. And then this is Brad Bizjack, I think is his last name.
I just said, hold on, let me turn my volume up. I just said we have stuff to talk about today.
And I just
there you
magically
are.
appear.
You magically appear, the person that we're going to talk about it with. So listen, Energized Live family. We just did a little Energized Live with the inner circle, the subscriber community, and kind of got deep into some good convo. And here we are, all access, Energized Live. Brad, this is a weird time at 11 a.m. They're all like, what is even happening right now? Like, where were you this morning and what's going on right now? And
I'm sure she had a ton of people in her DMs saying, where were you? I can't start my morning without you, Julie.
Can I just say this? Julie Voris makes hundreds of thousands of dollars with Beachbody every year, I'm guessing, or she used to. She lives like a stone's throw away from Disney World. I'm saying that she lives and shows a luxurious lifestyle. And why cannot these top pyramid performers get a good internet connection? She doesn't live out in the country. She doesn't live out like where internet. I'm just like, it makes me crazy because like these multi-million-dollar, this is the best lifestyle on the planet, cannot seem to get a clear, crispy internet connection. And the world wonders. The world definitely wonders, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so Julie, and Julie's another one. So yes, she's a top coach. She also has a planner that she sells you. She also has a coaching type program, what is it called? Project 100 or something. And that's when she mentioned her inner circle. Those are people who do that. She has a podcast that she does, like all of those things. And then someone asked, what does the Beachbody CEO award mean? That basically means it would be like me picking my favorite child for the day. That's basically what Carl does. Is he's like, who? I mean, and all parents will tell you this. There is one kid that will be your favorite child on varying days, right? And that's what Carl does. He picks his CEO award, and she had written an email to him about how tired women are and how tired all these women were, and that they needed to, change. So basically, she took the crap that he has been saying and put it in a letter, and he's like, yes, affirmations right here. So that's the
Finger
CEO.
snaps. I love it.
Yes. Yeah. So that was it. And it was so funny. I'll have to look if I've got it. But when they announced that she was the winner, she did the whole like Miss America, like, oh, it's me. It was so bad.
It's like
It was so bad. But I will say, when I was in, I probably would have done the same thing. Right? Like, I think
Yeah.
that's the other. Like I was fully bought in on this crap.
It's almost, it's not even really a lunch and learn. It's like a mid-morning break. Like just go get your water, go refill your water, go take a walk around. It's like a little mid-morning break. And I got my water. Look, I even showered.
I just played Pictionary with my team.
I mean,
okay.
look at the things that we do in 30 minutes. Look at the things we do. And we are on today because, my community has been listening to me talk. Well, first of all, they've been listening to me talk about you for like years. Secondly, they've been listening to me talk about you in regard to the free 5-day mindset challenge that's happening right now called Success Accelerator, which again,
say that 5 times
several
fast
things
and
that
it'll
are
come
hard
out
for me to
Success
say.
Accelerator.
Success Accelerator, right.
Do you guys want to try that? Say it fast 5 times. It'll come out as See, I can't even make it through one. Sex Accelerator.
What's that horror? What's that horror thing when you say something in the mirror and then someone like comes
like the Bloody
to
Mary
get
or
you?
whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like it's this. Like an unexpected Beachbody coach will show up at my front door ready to sell me something. So I don't think we can risk it. I don't think so.
It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Oh, God.
Also, like, is this guy always like this? Like, he's just like, hey guys, how's it going? Let's do this.
Any of the videos with him, I would have to watch multiple times because they all start the exact same way, with him like exploding onto the screen and being like, "Are we live?" on every. I think it's.
Yep.
Do you remember the talk show host from Sesame Street? Was it Guy Smiley?
Oh, okay.
That's Brad. That's Brad. So who's the dude? The dude is Brad Bizjack. He's the coach. The coach to coaches to coach the coaches.
Oh my God.
So Success Accelerator is very challenging for me to say. Also, free 5-day group sometimes seems to be challenging for me to say. But here we are talking about both those things, which are actually the same thing. And the reason why we're talking about it today, the reason why we're doing a live is because today's the last day that people can get into Success Accelerator. And I was thinking about, the stories and the stuff that we've talked about and that we've shared over the years. And I think anyone that's been around us for any amount of time, we talk about this a lot, is, why I'm in Florida so much sooner than what I thought that we would ever be. And that's a story that a lot of people know.
Right? Why is she in Florida so much sooner?
Because you have a bunch of people adding to your commission check and in my opinion, taking advantage of them. You get to live a luxurious lifestyle off of the sacrifices of other people and off of the disordered things that you create because of how you treat people. That is how you got to Florida so fast. Julie, I don't know what else to tell you. God.
I forgot I was a scammer. Oops.
Whoops.
I didn't expect it to work this quickly.
Oh my god.
And, okay, so and I don't think she's actually going to talk about it, but her dream, you guys, every Energized Life, she starts with a Disney song. Like she is beyond Disney adult, beyond a
Yeah.
Disney adult.
I mean, I
She's
love
pretty-
Disney too, but I just, it's a lot. It's a whole lot of, and she uses it to try to get people sucked into her lifestyle. That's the main issue. Like she's saying, look, you can have all of this too. Don't you want to live in a huge house in a wealthy community and get to go on vacations and have 40 Zoom calls a week? This can be you too. You just have to sign up right here on the dotted line. It's just, that's the issue I have, using how you live to suck people in.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't want to just move to wherever they wanted to in the world? And I mean, so it's that preying on your desire to do more. She talks a lot about the things she has been able to let her daughters do. And how much better her daughters are because of the things she has been able to provide for them.
Mm.
And I think that's where, like, I have a difference of opinion. I think I make my kids better when I don't give them everything. Like, yeah, that's a whole parenting thing. My kids, and I know that it works because now I have one that has moved out and she calls me and thanks me. So I'm like, okay, all
Oh,
right,
that's a win.
I did it. I mean, I'm at 20% so far, but as the others start leaving the house, we'll find out what happens. And Disney adults can freak me out. Who loves Disney more, Julie or Angie? Ooh,
I don't know. It's tough.
That's a hard one. And Anita Myron is getting in there too.
I'm going to ask my chat that. I'm going to ask my chat that right now. We just did a poll where they said it was ironic that someone who is making so much money has a awful internet connection who makes all of their money online, but I'm going to ask my chat that. So who loves Disney more? And I'm going to
I think Angie Belmar is smarter about it because she Airbnbs the Disney house. Julie just lives there. So Angie kind of lives at Disney, but when she's not in Canada. And then, I had told DC earlier, we need to talk about Anita Myron at some point. Yeah. All right, let's go.
I think something that a lot of people don't know is the conversations you and I had and the power that you had, the influence you had in my life in really digging into the community that I was a part of and the community that I was building. And we talk about community so much. We talk about the power of community, but something I don't think I share nearly enough is, how your mentoring and your guidance and the questions that you asked me really helped me understand where I was, where I wanted to go, where the people that were in my community kind of aligned with that, kind of part of that. And how many times do we hear women say, well, I just don't have anybody in my life that supports me. I just don't have the right people around me. And you have to be so vigilant in seeking that out. And you have to get people in your life who will help you seek it out and create it, manifest it. I'm not going to tell you that.
Right?
Manifest.
Okay, Danielle's manifesting and DC just looks confused.
I am manifesting my house at Disney that's coming soon. Stay tuned, everyone.
Yeah, I'm manifesting that I can control traffic, just like Ray Higdon says. I mean, I get some part of it, like some neuroscience does support some things about what you think about, but not at the scale where they're talking about, like superhuman powers where you can control stuff with your mind. And maybe if you believe that, okay. The way that they use that to pull people in, that I thought my way to millions of dollars and you can too, is exploitative or exploitive. I can't even speak now. I'm so mad.
Just man.
Oh,
Well, and also it
dang.
feels like they're also getting into the, like, if people in your life don't support you, quit being around them and find someone
Cut them off.
Cut them off. Cut them off.
Yep.
And
Haters.
that gets really dangerous because then you end
And-
up losing your community with Beachbody or with whichever MLM, and then you have nobody because
Yep.
you've cut everyone
You're-
off.
Your community is important, but only the community that I say is the correct one. And it's even more twisty because they say going in, multi-level marketing is a unique business model, and you're going to have to fight off haters. And here's what those haters look like. Oh, they look like your family and friends who actually give a crap about you, and they don't have any financial ties to your success. Oh, except, I mean, you have to take care of your kids, but I'm saying that they alienate people, and then when all those haters show up, it reinforces like, oh my God, Julie knows what she's talking about. I'm trying to be successful in this business, and the people she said would appear did appear. So I'm going to even listen to her even more. And so it's just, you get stuck with someone who is living a wealthy slash whatever lifestyle because of you buying into Beachbody every single month, and it benefits her if you continue to do that and cut people out of your life who would say, hey, are you sure this is good for you? Are you sure this is good for our family? Are you sure this is good for our finances? And she's the one that benefits every single time.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, they have you redefining that somebody disagreeing with you now becomes a hater. And it's like, no, just because they don't hold your same beliefs doesn't mean that they're a hater. It may mean that they're a concerned family member or friend. And it just, yeah. And I remember doing it too. Like I would not talk to certain people that I'd be like, oh, I don't know. Like, are they going to say this? Or, you know, and I didn't have time. I didn't have time to spend time with anybody who wasn't going to be affirming to Beachbody.
Yep.
The cultivating.
I just want to touch on
the new-
this comment. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I have a whole video on my channel that explains exactly this concept of like manifestation versus delusion, but I think you're totally on the right track here.
Absolutely. Oh, and I did see one other comment really quick. Pookie was in Anita's downline. Can you email me? Because we can probably dish a bit.
community or a different community is easy. I am going to tell you that it's worth it. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. I'm not going to tell you that there's not hard work, inner work, and healing that has to happen, but I am going to tell you that it's worth it. And I am going to tell you that had it not been for our relationship and your mentoring for me, I don't know when I would have started that process. I'm not sure when I would have had that clarity, and I don't know how much longer it would have taken. So I just think that that's something that we don't talk about that often.
So all of her success is attributed to him. Wow.
Yeah, and it's attributed to a coach, and you're already in a business model that is only successful because most of the people are losing. Most of the people are paying into your structure, so you're winning. And so then you tell the people who aren't winning, the only reason I'm at the top is because this guy helped me get my mindset right. And so then a bunch of people who would never be successful in the first place are going to maybe use him to be their coach too. And so they're going to lose more money and stay stuck and be longer in the pyramid under Julie. It's so twisty. It feels so twisty to me.
And go ahead, Danielle.
I was just going to say, I wonder too if he has like an affiliate program where if Julie convinces people to sign up for his coaching, if she gets a kickback. I don't know that to be true. I'm just wondering if that's the case.
I mean, I would guess that would be true because each of the coaches who supported this whole 5-day program, they each had a different link with their name. So
okay,
I'm guessing, and maybe it's something like that. They mentor, like he goes on and does free team calls for them or something. Because Holly Hillier was also on that call of convincing people to sign up for his program. Yeah, Holly was on that as well. Yikes.
And it's really the power of community and mentoring and guidance and mindset work and all of that, which is just one of the many reasons why I'm really passionate about all of this that we do.
I appreciate you saying that, Julie. And it's I love what you said, that it's someone needs to take responsibility for seeking that type of a community out. And if you think about what these communities do, when you are in a high vibe, high energy community that intentionally challenges the limiting beliefs that have kept you stuck for years, there is no other option but up. You have
limiting beliefs, my peeps. What are your limiting beliefs?
High vibes. You gotta only have those high vibes.
God,
I can't handle this already.
Yeah. And this
I
is
don't
just
even
to
know
get
what to
people
say.
to join it. Okay.
Yeah.
But there, oh, he's going to talk about all kinds of stuff.
To succeed, because when the wall gets closed in from the left, from the right, and from behind, you move. And so most people are involved in communities where their beliefs are not challenged, and it's called confirmation bias. We always try to seek out community,
Which is what they teach you to do.
Exactly. I was just going to say that it works the exact same. Like that, we don't want that confirmation bias. We want the confirmation bias that I'm going to teach you inside my $7 million program. Like,
Yep.
Oh,
I don't know what high vibes is. I don't even know. Oy vey.
yeah. Live chat. What do you think high vibes means? Leave it in the live chat and we'll put up some good answers on screen while we listen to this. What do you think the definition of high vibes is? Because it probably doesn't include negative thinking. It probably doesn't include I don't know, just feeling a little bit not excited about your business. It probably doesn't include anything that would make you stop buying into the commission structure of a downline. It probably doesn't mean any of that.
Yeah.
and people that
Yes.
that agree exactly with what we already believe. And if we're not around people that question us, different questions will change your life. Write this down, friends. Your life is a direct reflection of the quality of questions
real
that
quick.
you are asked. Like,
If you're on top chat, definitely go to live chat. We're streaming on all of our channels, so if you can see if you don't see as many chats, it's because they're probably in someone else's channel. We're going to try to put up some chats on the screen, or I will while we're listening, so that y'all can see some of the conversation going on in the other chats. Okay? All right.
DC, I was trying to take notes and you interrupted me. He told me to grab my
Oh,
pen
I'm
and
sorry. I'm
paper,
probably
so-
interfering. I'm interfering with
With-
your high vibes. I'm so sorry about that, Danielle.
He is going to drop some knowledge on you. So start taking notes, people. Come on. This is free coaching, by the way, right? So he's free right now. You got to do it. Oh,
Scary.
Beachbody has, yes, they do workout programs, really popular workout programs. And then their main bread and butter though is Shakeology. Actually, their main bread and butter is the MLM and convincing coaches to keep purchasing.
Their main scam or opportunity is having people plug into Facebook groups and having to pay their Shakeology order per month to have access to the Facebook groups, even though in the Beachbody contract that you sign with Beachbody, it says that you have to make yourself available to anyone who decides to be on your team, and it doesn't mean that they have to buy anything. So that's what mostly they do. I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Ugh.
No, yeah, pretty accurate.
by that, I mean by yourself and by other people. And so if you are not asking yourself empowering questions that challenge your limiting beliefs, then you will find that your life stays in the exact same place. So it's incredibly important that you immerse yourself in a community where asking challenging questions
Linda.
or asking new questions that perhaps you haven't heard before is the number one focus. And that's exactly what Success Accelerator is. It's going to take a look. It's going to say, hey, for 5 days, let's take a look at what we're actually asking ourselves. Let's take a look at what our actual beliefs are. And let's just try on something
It's
different.
Amy.
And if we try on
URE. I'm gonna put it on the screen so Nightbot can put it in, but it won't be on my channel. But I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can type it in yourself.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
different, could that mean a completely new life to us? And that's what goes on in that community. And so it's something where right now you might be trying to build your own community, which is beautiful. But while you're building your own community, you also need to be immersed in the.
Did you guys see her eyes? Like she's listening to him like, yes. Feels, these guys. I am liking some of these high vibe talks though.
Yes. Okay, here's Amy's channel. If you type in at AIMEEURE1 in the search bar, you're going to be able to find Amy's channel. If this showed up in my chat, you can just click on it. If it showed up in Danielle's chat, or it won't show up in Danielle's chat, you have to type it in if you can see it on the screen now. Okay.
Supportive culture of a community that challenges you. If you are not consistently around people that expect you to succeed, you will find that you are consistently pulled back to the way that things were. And so we need to be around people that not only support us, support's great, but it's not going to lead to our goals. We want support and challenge. And what
Danielle, you're shaking your head.
I
do you
hate
not
it.
support
Only surround yourself with people that believe in you. And if anyone is critical, cut them out because they don't know what they're talking about. Because criticism is not constructive. We only have to believe in ourselves in order to be successful.
Yep.
Somebody send help. Seriously.
Right? And she
Danielle's already raging.
Yeah.
Like, I hate
Right.
this.
she's kind of like she looks kind of hypnotized at this point. Like, what? Yes, tell me more.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, Julie would not help a headache, Cheryl.
Yes.
And this guy's gonna yell at you, so probably not either him.
Yes.
once we're in a community of support and challenge, and that challenge comes in the form of questions, just like we had talked about, like getting to Florida, what was the date, etc. What's the actual dream? Questions that challenge our existing beliefs. Questions that are like, well, are you sure about that? What would happen if you doubled the goal and did it in half the time? Right? Questions that cause us to just literally be different people. When we put ourselves in communities like that, the success that happens is so fast. It's almost like a 9-day difference. And we see this year after year. People come out of Success Accelerator and they're literally different people in 5 days because they started the process of rewiring their mind. Was that?
Like,
Oh my God.
literally, you're gonna literally be a different person in 5 days. You shouldn't
life.
be. You shouldn't be. Like,
I mean, not with a coach. I mean, if you're talking, there's some things about like, if you're going to be mucking around with someone's head, you need to be doing that with a licensed, ethical clinician, not with a coach who's trying to get you all the monies. I don't know. It's just like, I understand some of the things they're saying. I think they've blown it out of proportion, and I think that it pulls people in a bad way and gets them stuck. And then they're dipping their toes into spheres where they're not experts. I mean, obviously we're commenting on this, but they're saying we're going to help you change your brain in 5 days. What? What are you talking about?
And
Yeah.
honestly, if anyone can do that, like that's red flag, run away. If I went to therapy and they were like, we're going to fix all of your past traumas in 5 days, I would be like, get me out of here. Ooh.
right? Well,
This is
and
a scam.
one of the ones I was raging last night on one of them, and my husband's like, what is going on? And part of my other thing is he's delving into things that he has no business delving into with past trauma and then equating it to this. And so he didn't even include any trigger warnings, but he talked about some really intense stuff that he had zero experience and knowledge in how to fix, like in how to take care of this or to help someone through that process, because it's not a 5-day process. It's not a 5-day process. And are you going to be dredging up some things that are going to come up in people that they really do need to work through? And it's not through you. It's not through his program. They need a therapist.
That's what drives me the most crazy with this. Like, I will teach you how to overcome your limiting beliefs, because a lot of the times that challenges people face with like motivation in their life and goal setting are rooted in issues much deeper than like, I just don't believe in myself. And you telling me how great I am isn't going to fix the fact that I have these like deep-seated issues that I need to work through in therapy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think if anything, in my opinion, it ends up setting that person back even that much further.
It's so dangerous.
Mm-hmm. And, and that's one of the reasons that I'm like, I am a certified life coach, by the way. I won't do it because I'm like, this is too twisty and I don't want to screw someone up. Because, I think, and we talked about it on a call, I think last week, but if you were working in conjunction with a therapist, that would be really cool. That could be good, but you just can't do that. Yeah, it's true. She does remind me of Ellen as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
A grumpier, maybe a grumpier, more controlling Ellen. We'll see.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear Julie? Is that just me?
No,
Hello?
we're not here, Julie,
Nope, we
because
can't
her-
because her internet
It's fuzzy.
connection. Her
There
internet.
you go. Wait.
Oh, there we go.
Hello?
She's walking around her house.
Hello?
I
Can,
can hear you,
can
but
you just
there's a
pause it
lag.
for 1 second? If you're gonna look, we are sitting at a place because if your Wi-Fi is constantly trying to connect with something that is moving, it adds a whole different thing. It's just like I'm being picky because it's like she's trying to provide this kind of training for her people, and then she's not giving them or not doing the best within her capabilities to give them a great like live stream / whatever, because it disrupts the user experience if someone for like with her, she's walking around. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It just seems a very like low bar of quality of content that she's producing, and if she's trying to make this meaningful to her audience to learn from, it misses the mark. It misses the mark by a very wide margin.
Yeah,
Yes, maybe she
absolutely.
is hunting for her internet connection. Maybe she is hunting for her internet connection. That totally could be possible.
Okay.
Can't hear you. Okay, now I can.
We're
Okay.
experiencing
Okay.
technical difficulties.
Yeah. Difficulty. Okay, here we are.
What
Now
were
we're
you saying?
good. I was thinking while you were saying that I hear a lot, because I work with women so much. I hear a lot, well, I'm just stuck and I don't know what to do. And I do not accept that in 2023.
Yeah, you
I
dumb
do not
idiot
accept-
women. What are you
Right?
doing?
What is wrong with you? You're not stuck. Like, oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Figure it out.
Yep. In 2023. Come on.
Accept that.
You
I'm
know,
just stuck.
mm.
Well, that's a feeling, not a fact. And I don't know what to do. I do not accept that. Not in 2023. Not when you have the greatest search engine in the world at your fingertips.
It's true, because Google's going to solve that for you. Like,
You don't like your life? Google it.
Google it. You can probably find a good YouTube video like ours.
Not if you're connected to people who are talking about personal growth and personal development. Yes, you do know what to do. Now, whether you do that or not, that's, you have to take responsibility for that. But this idea of, well, I just don't know how to find a new group. I don't know how. I'm like, no, I do absolutely do not accept that. And especially if you're on the
Yeah, because you're a bad teacher. You know what I'm
She
saying?
was a high school,
Someone
she was a
comes.
high school teacher, by the way. She was a high school English teacher.
Oh my. You know what? There's something with like, okay, maybe you can work with kids who naturally pick stuff up where you don't have to actually teach them how to do things. If you're a good teacher, you can teach someone who isn't naturally inclined to pick up the information, because you can break it down in a way that now I say the least, the person with the least talent, the person with the least like comprehension for something can figure it out. You make it easy for them to grasp. And these Beachbody coaches are just like, it's mindset, it's a before and after picture, it's not thinking the negative thoughts. And it's like, no, they're wondering how to find people who want to work out from home and pay $140 a month for Shakeology. How do you find those people? Oh, well, you just need to figure it out. No, I joined your team because you were competent and you said you were going to help me figure all this stuff out. Oh, well, you're just a hater. You're asking too many questions. No. How do you warm up a market? How do you find people that are not my family and friends who want to buy into body? How do I do that? That's the question. And none of the coaches seem to be able to answer that.
No, because they just, well, and that's my biggest concern with, I don't know if I can ever, body instead of Beachbody, body.
Yeah.
Them implementing this whole personal development app in with this is dangerous, in my opinion, because now you're going to have coaches thinking that they can coach you through these past traumas and these limiting beliefs. Like, it's even worse than before. It tastes like sassafras. That's funny. All right. Oh, wait, hold on. I was almost going to put the other one in.
Replay, or you're in my ecosystem whatsoever, or Brad's ecosystem whatsoever. Yes, you do know what to do. You just haven't decided to do it, because the doing of it is going to require you to maybe face some limiting fears and doubts and beliefs, and it's going to require you to get uncomfortable. But here's the thing, Brad, do you want to be uncomfortable for a short amount of time to get some growth, or do you want to be comfortable and live an ordinary, average crap life? I said it, crap, I said it. Because if you can't get uncomfortable,
Man.
Oh,
Ma'am, what are you saying right now? Because it's so egotistical and it's so like awful. It's what?
Yeah, because we all live crap lives. And if we want to stay there and stay stuck, then that's fine,
And
But
she doesn't feel bad about saying it. She knows that it's not a generally accepted idea about what she's saying, but she's like, there, I said it, and I'm not sorry I said it. Because she believes that. And it's like, oh, I'm going to say okay, but it's not going to stop us from saying like that is if we're going to talk about something toxic, thinking about people in that way and judging, it's so elitist, judging others by what they do for a living. And if they don't want to be a super boss babe millionaire like you, then they're somehow less of a person. No. No.
Don't you know that the only way for me to successfully grow my business is to share controversial opinions and stand tall in the truth that I believe this to be true?
Truth with a capital T. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, ma'am. Okay.
It's setting them up to be like, oh, well, you didn't succeed. That's on you. You just chose not to. You chose not to succeed. And I can't. That's not my fault. It's yours.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
And face that
Julie.
stuff so that you can get to the other side of it. You're going to get to the end of your life and wondering where your life went. So no, I do not accept the fact that I just don't know what to do. Yes, you do. You just haven't decided if you're going to do it or not. And we're giving.
She scares me so.
Oh my God, this pause frame.
I'm taking another screenshot. Y'all take a screenshot and share us on social. I mean, there we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Screenshot. Oh my God.
And
Oh
to
my
that point,
God.
Julie, I want to talk about two things you said, the stuck word and the how word. Let's talk about both of those for a second, because I think it's such a limiting thing that a lot of people say. I'm gonna start with
How is a limiting thing. Asking how, that's limiting. Quit asking that.
the how and then go to the stuck. A lot of people seek out the how. And the reason they seek out the how is because they're craving certainty. They want to know that it's going to be okay. They want to know that they're going to have some guarantees that things are going to go in alignment with their expectations.
No, if you're no. And let's take this in school because Julie was a teacher. If you're doing a math problem and you have the wrong formula, then you're not going to be able to get consistent results. If you don't understand how the formula works, you're not going to be able to do math in lots of situations. And so when we're asking about how, we're wondering if we have the right formula, do we know how to use the formula in the right situations? And then they're saying, oh, you're just a hater. You shouldn't have to know the formula, and you certainly shouldn't know how to do the formula, because if you did, you'd be able to double check our math. Ma'am, the mindset here is so irritating. It's so bad. It's
well,
so
and
bad.
The how is what I would attend every meeting trying to figure out, right? Like, how are you finding all these people? Because I'm doing the things that you're telling me to do, and I'm not having the same result. And it's like, oh no, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about your broke mindset. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yep. Yeah. It's Gaslight City for sure.
And so what they'll do is they'll study a bunch of personal growth. They'll read a bunch of books and they'll study the how, but they mistake knowledge for knowing. Knowledge.
You tell us to read all those books, my guy. Right? So does Julie.
Listen to this podcast, read this book. Oh, and you still don't know what to do? Well, that's a you problem. Why are you wasting your time reading these books, listening to these podcasts, not taking the action?
Yep, it's all you.
Which one is it?
I'm saving this for later.
And knowing are not the same thing. Knowledge is I have a conceptual understanding. I have consumed information. And this is what most people do. They seek out the how. But a knowing comes from action. The only way you will actually learn something is to act.
Did you guys see that? Her face, and she's like, yes.
Dude, are they listening to what they're saying? Because I am, and I'm confused. I mean, maybe it's my hate in my heart getting in the way of me understanding, but it doesn't make sense what they're saying.
You have limiting beliefs.
You need to read. People are reading to gain knowledge, or people are reading and gaining knowledge, but then the only way to get knowledge is to do. So, like, which one is it? Am I supposed to read the book, or am I supposed to take the action? I'm very confused.
And again, going
results.
Yeah, and I hate to go back to school again, But it's like you learn the formula, you learn a little bit behind the formula, then you get to practice it. And then in the practice, if you're making the same mistakes, then you go back to how you're not understanding the formula better. So there's measurable things, because if something is measurable and consistent, then you should be able to base some certainty off of that. And that is important. Like if I have an hourly job and I know that if I am a team player, if I do my job requirements, if I show up on time, and if I, don't throw chairs at customers, I'm going to get paid, and I'm probably not going to get fired unless there's a layoff. There's certain certainty in saying this is what's required and this is what you're going to get when you do all these things. And in MLM, it's like, well, there's a magical dusting of glitter that happens in some situations. You don't know what you're supposed to do. You don't know how you're supposed to do it. But if you think bad thoughts, you're definitely not going to get, the glitter on
Just
you.
believe and it will happen.
Yes.
Yep. Manifest it. Just manifest that. That's the
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Is the only way to do
my
it.
God.
There's a very big difference. And I used to live this. I used to just regurgitate personal development facts and teach people that way. And then I started
You're doing it right now.
and actually growing as a human.
Guess who trained him?
Now?
Do you know who trained him?
Oh my God. No, I don't. Oh my God, I'm so scared.
It keeps getting better and better. Oh
Brendan
my
Burchard.
God.
That's where he learned everything. It was from Brendan.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Just be more positive, people.
Human, and now I have a knowing, so I can relate to people in a much deeper way. And so that only comes through action. But what that means is you need to suspend the craving for certainty and say, you know what? I am going to choose instead to go after what I want, fully trusting and believing that it will work out. And
every time they say something like
one of the
this,
greatest ways to
I just hear Free Falling playing. And now I'm free falling. Like, to rest, it's going to work on my way down. Oh,
Right?
it did
Just
it.
suspend all
Yes.
reality. No reality. We don't want to deal with real things.
I hate it.
Right?
Ugh.
find certainty without a guarantee is to just trust. And you've done this in other areas of your life. But what most people then do is they say, well, I'm looking for the how, and I feel so stuck, going into the stuck comment. You said stuck is a feeling, and you're 100% right. Stuck is a state of mind that people use to rationalize why they're not taking responsibility for their life. It's literally the same thing as saying I'm overwhelmed. It's a state. It's a feeling.
Right.
My guy. Okay, so in one of the trainings, he actually talked about how you should take whatever bad things happen to you in your life, and they just make them a positive, right? Make them a positive. And he actually, so trigger warning, because he didn't give one. He talked about like sexual assault. He talked about and how you can make that to be such a better person. And I'm like, okay, my dude, like, no, the words he was saying and like the gaslighting and the, like, you shouldn't have negative. And I think Ashley Molstad says the same thing, right? Like,
Yep.
It's just, the only thing that makes it negative is how you're thinking about it. So you
Yeah.
need to change the way you're thinking about it and it will be fine. And it's like, oh my gosh, Brad, that's not how this works. It's not
Yeah.
how life works, Brad.
Not a
Yep.
bad thing to have that feeling, but if you are living in that feeling, it's you saying, I'm throwing my hands up, I give up, I'm not taking responsibility for my life. It's an excuse that makes us feel significant and it makes us feel important. It makes us feel better about ourselves to say I'm stuck and to not act than to go after uncertain action, because the brain would much rather be
She's
certain
saying wow.
and
Wow.
Revolutionary stuff.
Yeah. It's like, what? No. No,
Are
no,
we
no.
listening to the same call?
Mhm. He's super
It-
inspirational. Wow.
And it's so wild because like they're thinking that they're saying something incredible and we're on the other side of it and saying like, what are you saying? And it's like, is there ever going to be a meeting of the minds where we're going to be able to say like, these are the issues that we have with your exploitive business model, and exploiting people is wrong, and please stop. And they're saying, but you're just a hater troll. Go back under your bridge. And it's like, well, I mean, what about exploiting others? What about taking advantage of people? So you're saying you're not doing that? Why aren't you doing that? Oh, well, you're just a hater. It's like, someone answer our questions, please. Like, someone, I would love an answer. I would love an answer at some point.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
In a little bit of pain than uncertain and growing. Because this thing craves certainty. So we need to stop rationalizing stuck as a way out of taking responsibility for what we fear. We need to stop craving the how, and we need to just get immersed in an environment where growth is a standard. I promise you, you will figure out how. It's just a matter of taking the action to actually make it happen.
And again, like, you're going to figure out the how. You're not, though. Like, sometimes you need to be told the how, but they don't want you to figure out the how because you are actually their direct competition. They're never going to tell you how.
Yeah, and it's like, do they not know? Do they not know how to teach? Or like Amy's saying, they're doing it on purpose because they're winning because you're, down there. It's just wild.
Does that make sense?
Yes, Chrissy, I think it's a byword charge,
and
for sure.
I was thinking about this idea of like failure and perfectionism and this whole situation where people are like, well, I just don't want to try this because I might fail. I don't want to do this, I might fail. And I was thinking about this over the weekend because I was having conversations with some women and said, when people would walk into my group fitness classes, when I would teach group fitness on the regular, people would walk into my group fitness classes. And I've taught for a long time. I've been, doing this for 22 years. And so I would have pretty large classes sometimes. And they would walk in, and there would be a lot of people who had taken my classes a lot. So they could teach the class sometimes. In fact, they sometimes would probably rather me leave and them teach the class. They could be in charge. And you walk into that, and there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of people who know what they're doing, and you don't know what you're doing. It can be a little, make you a little anxious. And I would find those people, and I would go, let me tell you something. You're not going to know what's going on right now. For the next 60 minutes, you're going to have no idea what's happening. You're going to have absolutely no idea what's happening. So-and-so up there in the front row, you can follow her. You're not going to have any idea what's happening, but here's what I want you to do at the end of that. I want you to tell me if you moved your body, if you broke a sweat, and if you had food. And if the answer to those 3 questions is yes, then this is a win today, and I need you to come back because you'll get better. And the minute I just sort of put that out there and just said, you're going to suck today, and you need to be okay with that, they were like, oh, okay.
See? You're going to suck, and that's part of the process. And so keep sucking to get to success. And it's like, no, you need to have timetables. You need to give yourself limits on amount of money that you're going to invest in your business. People like this are like, there's going to be an indeterminate amount of time that you're going to suck. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's different for everyone. And so people are just waiting for the suck to stop and to get to her part. Because she just said a lot of it's going to happen and I have to go through this to be successful. It's similar. I'm going to say YouTube on this. There's a lot of times, and I would say I'm not even good at it. There's creators who say, just start making YouTube videos. You're going to be bad at the beginning. I get that. But you also have to measure out what you're doing. Are you reaching people? Are you getting engagement? When you rewatch it, do you have less cringy moments about stuff that you say? And as you progress, there's measurable things that you can look at and say, my investment in time is worth it. I'm at least having fun. I'm getting better. I'm reaching new people. And you have things that you can track. Here, it's just like we're in a cloud and we may be floating, we may be falling, but you're just going to have to wait here until something happens, and we're not going to tell you what that something is. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and to compare those 2 things, so I also teach, and I taught the same class that she's talking about, okay? So she's talking about turbo kick. And you're right. Like, you're going to suck. But you're still getting all of the benefits, whether you do the choreography right or not. You are getting the same result. You are getting a calorie burn. You are getting a workout. With this, that's not true. It's just not. So the fact that she's comparing those 2, no, it's not. That's a false. It's a false equivalency. They're not the same. They're not the same.
Yeah.
Like we should just
Yep.
do that more often. Like, what part of us expects us to go into anything, any new goal, any new dream, any new path, any new anything, and expect it to be easy, successful, just smooth, no challenge, we're just going to nail it. Because if you're a parent, you have to know that that's not true. So why
But
would it
isn't
not
that
be
how
true
you
ever?
sell people? That's how they sell people on this opportunity. Is it's so easy, anyone can do
Yep.
it. You can barely put any effort and you'll be a millionaire. Like,
Well, and that's why, I mean, one of the trainings that all of them teach is going emerald, which is the second rank, is just a mindset shift. You can go emerald in 24 hours. It's easy. It's just a mindset shift. And same thing. We're gonna get you your commission, your earnings. You're gonna pay for that challenge pack or total solutions pack. We're gonna pay for that within 30 days, right? They make it sound like it's gonna be easy. And
Yeah.
no, it's not.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
easy
okay.
when you're on
Thoughts?
one side of the recruiting. And then when you actually sign up and get in, it's like, no. Easy is a mindset. And let me tell you what mindset you're supposed to accept. And it's like you're double speaking. You lured me in with one sales pitch. And now apparently what I decided to buy into doesn't actually exist. It's fraudulent, in my opinion.
Yep,
It
I
feels a
agree.
little bit deceptive. It feels like a deceptive recruiting tactic. And it's, in my opinion, wrong all day long.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, I have thoughts. So this is so powerful. You said coming into the class, you're not going to know what's going to happen. You're just got to immerse yourself in it. You have to be willing to sit in that discomfort. You have to be willing to
Okay,
sit
word
in
salad.
the I don't know
Okay,
what's
we're
happening.
just gonna put
And so if
dressing
we
up
think
for a
about
while.
life, the human brain is wired to crave certainty, like we had already talked about.
That.
It
I'm
wants to know
brilliant.
what's going to be okay. It doesn't like feeling uncertain. But all of growth exists in uncertainty. Every bit of growth in your life has happened when you have faced uncertain challenges. And so the reason I'm saying that is because everyone write this down, please. And this is what you're going to experience in this 5-day challenge this week.
I'm ready.
To the degree in which you can handle uncertainty is the degree in which you will succeed.
Oh my
To the
god.
degree, let me repeat because I know Julie's going to say, she's going to hold her finger like this. She's going to say, repeat that. To the
There, I wrote my notes.
sad face. That's the only notes we need in this chat.
Actually, it should look more like this.
Yeah.
To the degree that you can handle uncertainty is the degree that you're going to be able to be successful. Is that what he's saying? Because it's like, okay, if you get to the point where you've invested thousands of dollars into this opportunity and you have not seen any returns, this opportunity is not a good fit for you. If you have spent, this many years in here and you're still giving us a lot of money and you are losing time with your family and you don't feel like it's worth it, this opportunity shouldn't be for you. You should move on to something else. They won't give people a timetable because their income depends upon a huge downline. They're not going to give people a finite financial cap of like, if you spend more than this and you're not getting return, this is not a good financial decision for you. And so many of them will say, well, you shouldn't be making financial decisions for other people. Well, just because I can sell something to someone doesn't mean that I should. Because if I'm aware of additional factors, like someone is living just barely above the poverty line, and you're saying, well, you can't make a financial decision for them. Well, if they're impressionable and I'm a good salesperson, it is unethical for me to share that opportunity with them because it's going to put them in a financially dangerous position. And you can say all day long, well, you shouldn't be making that decision for other people. But if I make that decision to do that in spite of everything I know, that's wrong. I don't get to sleep good at night knowing that I push someone over the edge into a situation where their family's going to be harmed, where potentially their kids are going to be harmed because they don't have money to pay rent or buy food or anything like that. And it's just,
Well, and so
delete.
instead what she's doing is she's taking her downline and she's selling them on this course, right? Rather than like have that conversation with them of, do you know what? Maybe this isn't the right thing for you. It's like, well, it is the right thing. Buy my planner and pay for a coach. And it's like, no. And he had so many videos about how you cannot afford to not purchase the
Mhm.
class.
They
Right?
all say that.
Yeah. And
You can't
Yeah.
not afford to skip this
Yep.
once in a lifetime opportunity where I'm going to teach you all the secrets on how you can keep paying me for the rest of your life in order to never be successful.
and I mean,
And-
his course is super affordable.
How much is it?
It's well, you can't say $2,000. It's $1,997.
What?
Or probably like 10 easy payments of $300 because I'm going to upcharge you if you have to take a payment plan because you're poor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, when one of the videos, and he may have lied. I mean, like, I don't know. I never saw his sources on this. He said 161 people had signed up to do it. That's like over $320,000.
Can I just say one thing? If you're in multi-level marketing and you've made it to this point in the video and you have lots of big feelings about us snarking on Julie, we're talking about behavior, but I will say this. If your coach in whatever multi-level marketing company you're in is not able to help you be successful in the multi-level marketing opportunity, they don't deserve any more of your income for offshoot businesses that they're presenting to you. They don't deserve your money for planners they're making. They don't deserve your money for coaching opportunities that they're having, or putting their audience in front of someone else to take advantage of you. And I know that sounds harsh, but they need to prove that they can do good things with the money that you're giving to them. And if you're in an MLM and looking for it to be a business opportunity and actually be able to bring income in for your family, that after you do a profit and loss statement, you actually have money left over after taxes and after living and after expenses, maybe then there's a conversation for that. But right now, that's not the situation in most multi-level marketing companies. You're not alone in not being successful.
No, and the interesting thing to me, and I just even started thinking about this. I'm just going to wager a guess that part of the training is to diversify and not just focus on the MLM, because it's probably not going to be there, because every single one of the people that he brought on to try and convince you in that 2.5 hour thing, they all had something else: a clothing line, a planner, a coaching service. They all have something other than MLM that they're doing. I mean, Micah, though she's now pushing coaching a bit more, but she has a coaching program. They also just started a beef shipping business. They raise cattle and kind of like a butcher box type thing. He has them diversified because he knows that this is not going to be a sustainable thing. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
So
The degree in which you can handle uncertainty is the degree in which you're able to succeed. Most people try to stay certain. They try to make sure they know what's going to happen. But you have to be willing to sit in the I don't know. And you have to be willing to sit in the discomfort, because that's where a breakthrough happens. If you think about a marriage, think about the most passionate marriages. People say all the time that as I have the pleasure of being involved in Tony Robbins' mastermind. And it's
Oh
full of
God.
Lucky you.
There it
There it
is. A large group awareness training. I mean, when I say love, I'm being sarcastic. I'm not a big fan of those at all.
well, for him he's mentioning marriage and then Tony Robbins. I don't think those two go very well together. I'm just saying.
people that are
Yeah,
far
And
older.
bringing in marriage into this, it's like, or partnership or whatever you want to say about it. It is a very dynamic situation that there's lots of factors that come into it. And I don't know what he's going to say, but using something like a partnership or a close interaction with someone else and likening it to how committed you are to a multi-level marketing company, it's a no, because a lot of times people are if they are in a monogamous relationship or a monogamous whatever partnership or any kind of commitment, they're going to say, well, I'm loyal to this person, of course I can be loyal to something else, or I'm committed to this person, of course I can do that. And with jobs, pivot when it is safe to pivot. If you are unhappy somewhere or if you need to make more money somewhere else, a boss does not deserve your undying loyalty. And I say that as a loyal person that has kept me stuck in different spots for long periods of time. It's okay to pivot. Do what's best for you and your family. And again, the twistiness of MLMs is that you feel like you have a close relationship with a person you signed up with, and then you don't want to let that person down, so you stay in longer.
Yeah.
At your own expense.
Even to say that someone should necessarily stay in a marriage for a long period of time, there may be reasons that you don't sit in the uncomfortableness. Like, again, therapy. You need a therapist. You don't need him.
Yeah. Not for 1,000. You know how much therapy you could get for $1,997? A lot. A ton.
And they're in these marriages that are incredibly passionate and full of not just love, but deep, deep passion. And one thing I've seen firsthand, and keep in mind I'm still pretty young, but I've seen firsthand that passion does not exist. People say passion does not exist as marriage goes into the future. And there's a reason I'm telling this. I'll come around in just a second to why. But that's not true. You don't want certain love. If you exist in a marriage that's just certain love, you're going to be roommates. You're going to be bored out of your freaking mind.
What?
All passion in marriage exists in uncertainty. That's where all passion in
I don't know what kind of marriage this guy has, but that doesn't sound correct to me at all.
No.
Like, does my husband like me or not? I'm not sure, but that's what keeps it spicy. So,
yeah.
Right?
Oh my God.
What
is he saying? Like, I don't get, like, oh, so we obviously are those hater people. We're listening to this. It's like, I mean, even if you like what they're saying, it's like, if we just listen to this together, let's say we printed the transcript out and you didn't know who was saying what, and you read it and you separated your liking of them and you read the words, would the words make sense? I don't think so. They're at least wildly wrong.
Yeah,
I'm just really confused. Like, am I understanding correctly? He's saying that uncertainty in marriage is what keeps it exciting.
That's what I'm getting. I mean, let's see what else he says about marriage, because I definitely have some thoughts.
Marriage exists. It exists in new things that you've never done before. That's where you'll feel alive. All growth in your business comes from.
So yeah, I agree, Dave. I'm like, and he's a fairly young guy. I don't know how long he's been married. I know he's married with one, like, small child, but I've been married for 21 years almost, and I kind of like the predictability. And yes, you still keep things, fun or spicy or whatever, but I don't want to be uncertain in my marriage every day. Like, that is a really bad place to be. Yeah.
Yep.
Doing something uncertain. All things that challenge you to grow with your health and wellness cause you to do something uncertain. Every part of your life that you want to expand and grow is completely dependent on your willingness to put yourself in uncertain environments, just like Julie was talking about with the group fitness class. You're not going to know what's going on. Just try to catch on. You'll figure it out. And that's what we need to get involved in. We need to get involved in uncertain environments that allow us to grow and allow us to use it.
Well, and again, if you look at an aerobics class, like, you're paying a gym membership and you can still go do other things. You don't have to just go to that one class. If that one class doesn't work for you, you can go to something else with zero out of pocket, zero risk. This, you can't do that. Like, they're not the same. Right. Uncertainty would definitely make me crazy if it was my marriage.
Yeah.
If for things to be different, you have to be different, because if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Oh my God. Just say something else that doesn't mean anything. You know what? You know what doesn't can I say this from a coaching perspective? I played tennis for a long time. I taught tennis for 12 years. And I will say this, if the kid or the adult is taking lessons from you and they're not getting it, that is on you a lot of the time because you're not able to explain it. I work with kids who are not coordinated, who have some who had low depth perception. They didn't have good depth perception. They didn't have natural inclination to be able to figure out how their arm was supposed to move or how their body was supposed to move. There's ways to teach them to be able to do stuff. And that's on the coach, that's on the teacher, that's on, if something is not changing, a lot of times it's on the teacher. And for people in multi-level marketing to say, oh, it's just you for not working hard enough. No. A lot of times it's, I didn't teach people how to find a new base to sell to. I didn't do that. I didn't do a good job communicating that. And if you did, and if they, and a lot of times it's something that they need to do with you. If they don't understand how to interact with people well, if they don't understand how to think on their feet, and if they don't have a script, if they don't understand a lot of that, some people have to be handheld, and that's okay. That's not a lesser type of person. If they need more training, if they need more coaching, if they need more teaching.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I like Dave's title. That should be the title of one of our next streams. If nothing changes, the nothing that changes, the nothing, then nothing changes.
Yes.
So anyway,
I'm here for
uncertainty
this.
is the key, and we need to get in communities where uncertainty is the standard, and that's exactly what you're going to get in Success Accelerator.
And it's shifting that thought process around being uncertain, being a negative situation, and actually being
Amazingly so.
uncertain is exactly where you want to be. And trying to resist the urge to go back to older habits that might give you certainty, and really working in, no, I'm going to stay in the uncertainty because I already know what that gave me. So if I want something different, then I've got to go over here and live in this space where I don't really know what's happening, which seriously, Brad, is the definition of parenting. I mean, if you are, you have no freaking idea. Oh, go ahead.
Where did that come from?
Cutie, but
So marriage, parenting.
I don't have any kids, but I've been a kid, and I will say this, for me, having a stable structure and knowing what to expect and knowing what like was going to happen, and being able to trust, your parents or your guardians or whatever, that you are going to be able to have food, that we go to school, that we participate as a family to keep the house. Like, there's some certain rigid things that help create a healthy environment. That certainty is healthy. I don't know what they're the back and forth, the blurring of the lines, saying like, oh, we're telling you about this coaching opportunity and how to be successful living in uncertainty, and doing that, and it's like being a parent, and it's like being a partner, and it's like being all this other stuff. It's like, why don't you just tell me about coaching? Why don't you just tell me how to warm up, find leads without spamming the hell out of people? Why don't you tell me how to warm up leads? Why don't you tell me how to qualify leads? And then why don't you tell me how to be an incredible customer service rep to them and take care of them without making them regret that they ever had any contact with you in the first place? We could do all those kinds of things, but we don't. Be uncertain. Go over there. Wait for success to hit you in the head. Okay.
Well,
great.
And I would say she's bringing parenting in. You're right. Every day can be different. And some of the things that my kids come up with, never would have thought of doing in my entire life, right? Like, they come up with some figures, but there are basics. And guess what? When I didn't know how to take care of a newborn, I had my mom come teach me how. The how was pretty dang important if you're going to be a parent.
Yep.
And so he just said earlier, don't worry about the how. If you don't worry about the how and they send you home with a little thing to keep alive, you probably want someone to teach you how, not just try and figure it out in your uncertainty. Like, yikes.
Tell you right now, none of it makes a difference.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
One thing playing off of what Amy just said is, when you have skills that does help you overcome uncertain situations. When you know what to listen, like I'm guessing, so like I mean, I babysat a lot. It's not the same thing, but like I went through my little life-saving course to be able to, like, if a kid was choking or if a kid stopped breathing or, all this certain thing, all these things. I didn't know necessarily if there was an awful situation that was going to happen. I was prepared to some extent, and I knew what to do is go and get people to come in to help if I had to call 911. So there's actual measurable tools that you can have and develop that a coach or a leader or a teacher could help you with that would help navigate uncertain things. So like if you knew your product, if you knew what you could and couldn't say under the FTC, if you knew all these other skills about leads and sales and stuff like that, and you go into a situation, you can have conversations with people. Even know how to set up an interview to get in the door to be able to sell to someone else. So like there's skills that they're saying, hey, don't worry about that. Just live for the uncertainty. And it's like it's more of a dynamic, connected thing than what they're saying. Maybe they're not just maybe they're not communicating it well.
No, I absolutely agree. And just the whole I just wanted to talk about this real quick because what they tell you to do is not what they're doing.
Yep.
At the end of the day, if you look at it, that's not what they're doing. They're so frustrating.
Out every single day, but you know that, and you are willing to go through that uncertainty, and you're willing to go through that uncertainty it's like planting a tree that you're never actually going to see get to its full maturity.
It's not uncertain to plant a tree. You plant a tree, then you water it and you fertilize it and you make sure that it is not exposed to extreme conditions like lack of water or extreme heat, and you help guide it to let it grow in a way that it can be strong. I don't understand the examples they're using because they don't seem to play out when you actually logically like process through them. I mean, I don't understand.
No.
Hoping they become really good humans without really ever knowing. So we have to be willing to do that to ourselves as well. And, like we've said, you really have to be in spaces where that is fostered, where that's promoted, where that's sort of the norm. Like a space where, yep, we are going to talk about goals and dreams. And yep, we are going to ask questions that are challenging. And yep, we are going to expect you to know. And
I can ask questions. I can ask questions that are challenging, but you certainly can't ask questions if you're an underling. Okay, Julie, that's great that you get to ask hard questions, but we don't. So when does it become okay? Yeah, when does it become okay to ask questions? And exactly, Danielle, stay in line, keep your mouth shut, keep your head down.
Yep.
Okay, Julie.
And if you hit certain goals, then you can come and ask me some questions. And I may answer some of them, but not all.
Only if it benefits me.
That's why.
To get out of the answer and go, well, I don't know, because then the question will be, well, what have you had to know? And as we know, and you have that is the requirement to live a life
Savannah,
that looks like the vision board that we keep making every year.
Ooh,
that's
new quote. Uncertainty is the requirement for your vision board to come to life.
Danielle, did you write that down?
I missed it. Somebody repeat it.
Uncertainty is the requirement for your vision board to come to life.
Got it.
What?
It's uncertainty. It's not hard
word
work.
Salad.
It's not work. It's uncertainty.
You just gotta believe.
Yep. Manifest.
Wow.
Manifest.
That's what I'm doing over here, guys.
Yep.
I'm gonna write that down and quote you.
I said that. You said that. That's a JV.
Uncertainty is the requirement for your vision board. Good quote, JV.
Is it though?
God. It's
a great
I'm going to say something cool, and you're going to congratulate me for being so smart, and then you're going to say something cool, and then I will congratulate you for saying something smart. Okay, let's do this, and we're going to get lots of money. Okay. All right, Julie. Okay.
She's JV now. JV.
Oh,
JV.
JV. Okay, got it.
So hip.
Yeah.
So fresh.
Look at us. So today's it. Today's the last day for Success Accelerator. And, I talk about Success Accelerator. I talk about this program. I talk about Brad. I talk about working with mentors. I talk about mindset work. I talk about it because I've lived it and I know that it works. And I've both resisted the work and been in the work. And, I share what I know.
I know I keep
works.
asking
I
to
share
pause
what
it
I've
a
learned
million
because I want to
times.
shorten.
Sometimes, and I'll say this for as a kid, if you're doing those speed rounds with math, I don't know if anyone did that growing up, but you had like
Oh, yeah.
100 questions. Sometimes you don't do the work because you don't understand how the math works. So you have to go back a step and learn your multiplication or division or subtraction or addition better so you can do it more quickly or so that you can do it. So then sometimes that pause in the work is because you don't know what you're doing. So you have to be
Exactly.
taught again. It's like it's not, the answer can't always be, oh, people just are lazy as hell. Sometimes they need help. Sometimes they need a reminder of like how to do the skills.
Well, and neither
Or
of them are,
sometimes you're in a broken system that it doesn't even matter if you
Right?
have the skills, it's not going to work.
and that's what I
Yep.
was gonna say. Neither of them is admitting that when they were in, or Julie still is. I don't know if Brad's still in or not, but they got in early. There was no competition. Like, they failed to acknowledge that. There's another one of the leaders, and really, this is with a lot of them. They failed to acknowledge that their relationships with the super trainers help them get business. Right?
Yep.
They don't talk about that. It's hard work. It's hard work. Never the matter that, like I loved Mad Minutes, that she's the super trainer's sister, right?
Yeah.
No.
Forget
someone's
that
learning
part.
curve. I'm really passionate about women stopping playing small. And if you think you're not, I'm just telling you, you are. I'm just telling you that you are. We all are. We're all playing small. And I'm passionate about sort of pushing women off the cliff to stop playing small. And you've got to get in spaces where
Man, if someone pushes me off a cliff, you're coming with me. I'm not gonna just go down quietly. I can't believe she said that. I'm passionate about pushing women off the cliff. I can't believe she said that.
Bye.
Right. And we're all thinking too small. Earlier, she mentioned, crappy lives. Like, what is her perception of like normal people? Like, we all just suck and we don't think
Yeah.
big enough.
Guys, I'm just
'Cause
lazy.
that's murder, ma'am. That's murder. Yes.
that's just not going to be allowed. We're just not going to let you do that. And we're going to ask you the questions, and we're going to support you in your goals and dreams. I always say, like, these kinds of groups are the places where someone can go, I would like to start a llama farm. And we all go, all right, girl, let's work, let's figure it out. Let's figure it out.
That's a sheep. That's a sheep.
I mean, I'm not gonna be an asshole.
Okay, so are we even wondering like where Colleen gets her stuff? If he is Colleen's coach for No Shame Sales Game, like
this makes so much sense right now.
Right?
We need to
Right?
make a little MLM tree of the business coaches and see like where the influence line, you know what I'm saying? Because Colleen, then him, then
Tony
the other
Robbins,
guy.
apparently.
Tony
And
Robbins is
Bouchard.
in here.
I think
Yep.
yeah, I'll lead back to Tony.
Oh, Tony.
We don't care what the goal and dream is. We just want to get you to the place where you have one, and then we do the work that actually makes it happen. And that's going to require getting uncomfortable. It's going to require community. So
today was all about identifying where you actually are, not the BS story about where you are, but where you actually are, and then what you actually want. Because most people are setting dreams based on fear, based on past failures, not based on where they want to go. And so we did a couple of things. We first identified our starting point.
Can I just say
Right?
this? Some people are actually in a spot where they cannot start a business financially or whatever. They're actually in a location where they cannot, safely do something to, I don't know. There's so many factors that come in that make it complicated for each individual person. And for some people, it's even more complicated and harder to reach some kind of success because of income, because of societal, prejudice, because of just so I'm not communicating this right, but like they're saying reality doesn't exist, it's all in your mind. In reality, it is a thing. It is a constraint on so much.
Well, and they're saying that wherever you are in that reality, you're wrong. That is
And
a
it's
BS
your
story.
choice.
And it's your choice. It's your
You chose to be in that position.
Mhm. And it's like the twistiness
Yeah.
of
And they have this mindset that you chose to be here, and that carries over into survivors of awful things that have happened to them. They're all like, it's all in your mind. You just need to look at it differently. You just need to reframe that it was something that everything is for you. Everything is doing something for you. And it's like, no, sometimes there's awful people in the world who do evil things to others, and that is not doing anything for someone else. That's something that people have to like work through and process through because there's no other option. And some people aren't able to do that, and then they want to make the decision that they don't want to be here on the earth anymore. So it's just it's so wrong to say like everything is working for you. And I personally don't believe that, because it doesn't take into account free will and people just doing nasty, awful, evil things to others.
And the part that makes it like especially toxic is that they sell it as like, okay, well, I'm in the position I'm in because I made the choice to come here. And then it negates the fact that they have all of these privileges, whether it's societal, monetary, whatever, that allowed them to be put in that position. It's like, no, I just chose it, so why can't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and you're all going to be in very different positions and ways to do it. I mean, like, and I think we've talked about this before. Like, I consider myself very privileged in the fact that I can go to a registered dietitian now to try and help me figure out all of this stuff because I have the insurance that will do that for me. But me just telling everyone, here's exactly what you need to do. You need to go see a registered dietitian. You need to eat only, organic or whatever it may be. You're not taking into account anyone else. And the people who are looking to them are in a desperate situation normally.
And they'll do anything.
They'll do anything.
Yep.
And she's, her husband was a football coach, a head football coach at a college, at a university. So was her position the same as someone who is working 3 jobs to try to make ends meet and is raising kids alone? No.
Yeah.
But she's not going to address that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Just living is a normal goal. Like,
Exactly.
and sometimes that's even a stretch goal of being able to pay your bills.
Yep.
They won't acknowledge any of that.
Our unique success archetype and what that means. And then we identified the big dream. And the whole goal of that was to trigger fears. And by the way, one thing I wrote in my notes is it's okay to be scared. The very act of saying I'm afraid is good because it lessens the fear. It causes you to not go back into old patterns. So the very act of doing what we did today, of identifying where we are and identifying where we truly want to go over this week in these 5 days, and I intentionally set up the content to trigger limiting beliefs within people, because I know that if
I'm going to make people feel scared on purpose.
Yep.
I want to make people feel scared on purpose. You know how awful it is sometimes to run up against something that will set off a traumatic, like a traumatic memory or something. And and some people are like, well, why do you do content warnings? Why do you do trigger warnings? Because if people want to avoid it, they have the opportunity to avoid it, because some people have been through awful things and they don't want to have to be surprised with hearing about something that is too hard for them to process through, maybe by themselves, just out in the wild, meaning on the internet. And it for him to say, I wanted to make people afraid on purpose. No.
As an unlicensed, untrained professional.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
But he's read a lot of personal development, Danielle. He's read a lot.
He probably
knows.
calls
You're just like
himself a
Autumn
life coach,
Calabrese reading a lot for her non-certification.
Non-certifications. Non-schooling.
Yeah.
people are setting big enough dreams, there's going to be a piece of them that says, well, how do I do it? I don't want to be seen. What if I don't do it right? Perfection, confidence. Who do you think you are?
Who do you think
And
you
that's
are?
exactly what
Who do you
tomorrow's
think you are?
content is about.
Yep.
It's about all of those limiting beliefs that hold them back from achieving them. And so get in the group. The first day's video is pinned at the top of the page, so it's not too late to join. You can still join today. JB's got the link for you to enroll. It's not too late for you to enroll. Get started, go back and watch day one's content today, and then show up live with us tomorrow morning for the content tomorrow morning, where we're going to break through the limiting beliefs that prevent us from going from where we are to where we want to be.
Lori says she's in it, and this morning was amazing. And I can vouch. I'm in a message thread with some of my people who are in it too. And I was telling you earlier today, it was just a lot of like mind blown emojis. Like that.
You know,
so here's the thing. I feel like I was in a position 5 years ago where I would have watched this and been like, yes, yes, yes. Like, I get it. I get where people get like caught up in this, but once you're kind of on the outside of it, you watch this and I'm just like, what are they even saying? Like, what is going on right now? Like, this is just making me angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because we all were at that point in some point, and we know how much we were taken advantage of, and we can see this. And I want to say in this Facebook group, he had almost 5,000 people in this Facebook group. What? So how many people is this going to potentially harm? A lot.
Yeah. The thing is, some people are saying, well, people should be able to make that decision for themselves. Like we said earlier, when the coach are like, you can't make financial decisions for themselves. Or can't people logically process through that this is not an opportunity for them? Not when you're using deception to recruit people, not when you're using mind fluffery to get people sucked in to say yes. Not when there's actual negative influence to get people to say yes to something when they don't have all the information. And so then it is twisty because people are making a decision on something that they don't have all of the details for. And it's just, it's a no. It's a no. Not everyone can.
No. Yeah, I agree.
Yes. Just brains on the wall, mind blown emojis, like what? And I think that's just so, I just want to stand on my roof and go, that's why you need to get in this group. Because otherwise, if you don't have those experiences, if you don't get in those places where your mindset gets shifted, your perspective gets shifted, I'm telling you, you'll get to the end of your life going, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Why didn't I do the thing? And you're going to look back and go, I had every opportunity. And there was, see, she said yes, and she's got lots of mind blown emojis right there. Yes, lots of mind blowing happening today. And that's where change happens, because it's almost like, I think of it almost like a little crack. Like there's a little crack, and now there's like an opening for a new way of thinking, a new thought process, a new perspective. Oh, I never thought of it that way, and then tomorrow there'll be another little crack, and before you know it, the brain gets cracked wide open, and you're like, look at all that's out there that I can do. Look at my potential and my possibilities.
Call me a hater, but I don't want Julie Voris cracking my brain open, or this guy. I don't want any MLM person taking a whack at my brain.
Nope.
Oh
no.
That's a no.
It's your
That's
lack
a
of
no.
abundance mindset. You need to be open to opportunities and to receiving this information.
Open for a lobotomy. Got it.
Your limiting beliefs are showing, DC. You just need to manifest.
You need a shirt. You need a shirt, Amy. You need merch. Your limiting beliefs are showing. Hashtag anti-MLM. Oh my God. Love it.
Hey, that would be great merch.
Yeah, that would be so good.
Leave my crack alone, ma'am. Okay, that's pretty fun.
Right here in front of me. And you just got to get in spaces like this for that to happen. So you've got to get in today. Today is the last day. I'm in there. I'm going to be in there live later this week. Lots of people are going to be in there live later this week. And I don't know if you know me at all, like I just can't lie about this stuff. I just can't. I can't make it up. I'm not. My children got the acting genes, the performance genes. I did not. And I just can't lie about it. I just couldn't keep showing up, saying it's awesome and it worked. I like, what am I? Is this like all a green screen? Like I'm freaking living in Florida because of the work I did with Brad. Like this is not a movie set, y'all. This actually is my life, and it's free. So the fact that you might not take advantage of it.
To say that they're going to do all of these changes in 5 days, those are some pretty bold claims.
I think what they mean by changes, I think they mean by warming up their funnel to get people to buy
Suck you
into more stuff. You know,
Yep.
and our definitions are vastly different there, Julie. I will tell you that.
All right, so I'm going to remove this one and just pop in another one. If you guys can brace yourself, because you might get scared at first. When it first
holy moly.
We're here. Congratulations on registering for.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the live stream.
I have a microphone, but I'm gonna yell anyway. Okay, buddy. You know that
the flailing arms too. I don't know.
Every video starts this way.
That's a lot.
Video. It was
a lot of energy. It's a lot.
For the Success Accelerator, this is the group where you are going to discover how high performers achieve their goals so much faster than all their peers, with so much less stress, without having to sacrifice anything else from your.
You will not have to sacrifice anything else from your life. What?
I call BS. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my gosh, I
Yes.
forgot about Billy Mays. Do you guys remember him on the info?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes. Literally
That
this
was
guy.
Yep. Literally.
This guy. Can
literally.
you hear me now? We can hear you because you have a microphone, my guy. Yes, we can hear you.
Yep.
Stop screaming.
And you're yelling at me. Stop yelling at me.
Your family.
Jeez.
This is the place where you're going to take off your success faster than ever before. And you are giving me the greatest gift of all, your time. That's what you're investing here, your time, which is something that I do not take for granted, because you can't get that back. And I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I will not betray that trust. This will be so.
The emotionally.
I feel betrayed.
Right? The emotionally charged words that he is using right now, the manipulation is just crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Far
Your
above and
screen process
beyond
are so good.
anything you were ever expecting. This program has transformed over 20,000 lives over the last 2 years alone, and it will transform.
Wait, what?
20,000?
In the paid program or this free group bullshit?
It better be the free group, because
What's
on.
20,000 times 1,997 live chat?
40 million? I just did 20,000 times 2,000 is $40 million.
Okay, so
I
it must be the
would
free
call
group.
no.
It's got to be the free
Must
group.
be the
'cause
free.
Yeah. He
hasn't even got a digital whiteboard, so he can't be in the $40 million
Yeah.
deal.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yep.
Your life too. This process, what we're going to go through in these 5 days together, is the exact process that took me from $92,000 in debt to a multi-7-figure income in just a couple of years. So I want
this
you to know that
microphone
you are
even
in the
on?
right place. You're in the right place. If you are ready to break through everything holding you back from success, if you're in this place where it feels like everything seems to be working for everyone else but not for you, or
You mean the compensation structure of multi-level marketing, where literally the top win because the bottom are failing? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what we're talking about here, sir? Our pyramid?
Well, and are we talking about the same organizational structure that you were extremely profitable in and now you don't do at all? You've
I
switched
wonder
to
why.
right?
We've got hater questions.
Some questions. We've got some questions.
maybe you feel like your situation is harder, or maybe your goals don't excite you anymore, or it just feels like it's one challenge after the other. And every time you try to change your life, something comes up to stop you from doing that. Or it feels like you don't have the confidence you need, or the time or the money to make success happen. Or it feels like, you know what, when I have success, that's when I'll feel happier, or I should be further along than I am right now. If any of those things sound familiar to you, and it feels like maybe you must be missing something, and you're comparing to other people, or just feels like, come on, I want to get there. I want to succeed faster, and you're ready for more, this is the right place. You're in this group because you are someone who is ready to break the
This is
chains of
because-
mediocrity forever.
All of these, I don't know. I'm trying to pause it and it's not pausing. Okay. I was just going to say that the reason why he sounds like Tony Robbins is because all of these coaches are just copy paste of each other. So I watch one training and then I regurgitate that to my people who then create their own programs and regurgitate it to theirs. So that's why he sounds so much like Tony Robbins.
Use the same phrasing even. You were made for more. That was one of Rachel Hollis's big things. Like, and one of the, are you guys cool if we stop? He's giving me a headache. Okay. Here's the thing. He also did a training saying that like everybody has problems and your problems are no worse than anyone else's. And you know,
everything is relative.
Everything is relative, right? And I'm like, my problems are going to be very different than someone else's problems. And sometimes their problems are a lot worse than mine. Like, no.
And I get a little bit what he's saying. Like, I wouldn't want someone who's really struggling through something to feel like I feel bad about struggling with this when I know that a ton of other people are going through harder things. I think that's the relativism. Like, I get that. I don't want someone to feel bad. Like, this is super heavy for me and I need to figure out how to process through it. But again, you're right. There's some things, like some perspective is good. Some perspective is really good for most people. Yeah. Buddy. How have I never heard of this guy?
Oh, man. Yeah, oh, I've got some videos. So he does a lot of stuff with Josh Coates. And it's interesting. So I was in a training. I was in one of these coaching programs when I was in Beachbody. And he is now nowhere to be found. Like, I have no idea where this man is. Like, I can't even find him. And again, his wife was a coach. So he knew what to say. He knew what to do. And that's the exact same thing as Josh Coates. His wife was a coach and they see this opportunity and they swoop in. And we even were called, like, I never bought any of the merch, but someone did. I think Losing Megan on Instagram had some of the merch. So the coach that we had his name was Jesse something. And he made merch that said Jesse's Girls.
Oh my God.
No, I don't like that.
We hate that.
I never went that far. I never went that far.
One of us.
Yeah. So do you guys want to finish his training, or are you done talking about this man? Do you want to hear what else he has to say for his 10 minutes? I think he has like 10 minutes, maybe.
I mean, I'm fine with finishing him out. I would love to stream with y'all again in the future, though.
Oh, yeah.
I would love.
A lot more where this came from.
Oh, man. We got for like 30 minutes, maybe. And each of his videos were an hour and a half.
It's going to be a 6-hour long stream considering we stop every 10 seconds.
Right?
God.
He's given us so many things. He's so snarkable.
Status quo. You're here because you want more. You want faster success. You want to be that person that succeeds without that constant stress. How do you actually thrive while still enjoying your life? See, there's a huge myth out there that says I need to sacrifice more and work harder in order to succeed. But if that were true, then anybody that worked hard would have 6-figure success. Wouldn't you agree? And that's not the case. No. Most people aren't in that place. But aren't there some people that seem to absolutely crush it? They have an amazing quality of life. They're truly wealthy, not just on financial terms, but truly wealthy emotionally as well. How do they do that? There's
by scamming people.
Things that they're doing differently. Five things that they're doing differently. 5 mindset tweaks. 5 ways they've rewired their mind for success. And these 5 things are what literally took me from trying everything, feeling like it's not working, to a multi-7-figure income. I came into this personal development world with a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of things like I'm not enough, I'm not worthy. You know, you can't have I don't have enough money, or you know what, money is so hard to make. Insert limiting belief after limiting
beliefs. Those are limiting beliefs, my dude.
I mean, money is hard to make.
You got to believe in yourself. That's the only way.
Right? Like he's making it seem like all you have to do is think positive and money is just going to flow in. You don't need to know how.
That's how manifestation works, guys. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm just telling you, I did it
Yeah.
wrong. I obviously did it wrong. Yikes.
Yeah.
Just sign up for my
Believe it,
10-step
I was-
workshop coming soon. I'll teach you.
It's true. It's true. He does look angry.
doing all the right things, but it just seemed like it was working for everyone else and it wasn't working for me. And I slipped into these feelings of almost like a depression where I'm on the couch watching TV, binge watching Friends reruns at 10 p.m., eating microwave nachos with my laptop staring at me, just
Oh
begging
my
me to change
God.
my life.
But guess what,
And it was
guys?
like I had
I'm not depressed anymore, and I can teach you how to also not be depressed as an
Exactly.
unqualified,
Wow.
untrained individual giving life advice.
And I'm just saying, friends and microwave nachos sounds like a great time to me.
Yo,
I'm
sign
in.
me up.
Yeah.
I would do that. It's great.
everything I needed to take action, but I couldn't get myself to do it. And even though I didn't care, I cared so much. And I was thinking, what is wrong with me? Why isn't this working? And my mentor said, you need a mindset coach. I was $92,000 in debt at the time, but I took a leap of faith because I saw that's what successful people did. And I took a leap of faith.
Right? So you
Push
should
someone over a
too.
cliff.
Screen.
Yeah.
Yep,
You know,
you should.
the
Struggling
whole leap
financially?
of faith. Yeah. Oh,
You're just
No
not willing to
problem.
invest in yourself. That's it. You just need to believe in yourself enough to pay for my $2,000 class.
Just keep going
I
into debt.
invested
and all
in
your
a
problems will
mindset coach. And on our first call, she said something that transformed my life forever, which I'm going to tell you what that is on day number 1. I'm going to tell you exactly what she told me on day number 1 of this challenge on October 10th. It's going to transform.
So this is obviously a repurposed video because, my dude, we're in March. So he
Yep.
did not even record new videos for this program.
I cannot
Wow.
believe that he cut corners. This is unheard of.
Not an MLM coach cutting corners. That would never happen.
Shocking.
No, not him. Well, and it's funny, even in the interview he did with each of the highly successful people or whatever, his hair was different in each of them. Like in the ones that he had pre-recorded, you could tell, like, all right, dude, you're not even doing new things. You're just regurgitating the exact same crap.
Exactly.
Transform the game for you. But that one little aha moment started the process of rewiring my mind, and it changed everything. It changed the game for me. Not only did it create a multi seven-figure business, but on top of that, I discovered something much more powerful. I discovered that rewiring your mind is the single greatest key to creating six-figure success. I realized that, oh my gosh, it's all up here. And rewiring your
The whole neuro-linguistic programming that has seeped into MLM and the coaching space. I will say this. Some licensed ethical clinicians use it, and it's an incredible tool. People who, again, and I say untrained, Tony Robbins trains in large group awareness training, and they do neuro-linguistic programming. If you don't know what it is, you can search it up on YouTube. Stephen Hassan
Google it.
has some videos on it. But it's where it is basically like visualizing your success and then tying whatever your success is to things that you can like feel and experience and see in your mind. But
An
it
anchor.
has very good tools for people who are trying to work through stuff, but it has been co-opted by MLMs and unethical people who are using it to keep people in their multi-level marketing opportunities for longer or in these coaching things. And it's twisty. It's very twisty.
And just like
Mindset.
focus. Like anyone can be a freaking, what's the word? Like a trainer in it. Like there are people who just pop up out of nowhere. I get all these ads. Like, can be a certified NLP practitioner. And it's like, okay, like who are you? I don't know.
Well, I think that's the other scary thing, and even with like the coaching industry as a whole, there's no oversight. There's none. There's nothing to help keep some of these in check, which is why we're here, ladies.
Sounds like this big, crazy concept. It's not. In fact, in these 5 days together, you'll literally start that process. You will literally look at the world differently over these 5 days. Because if you are in this program, that means that the way you are currently thinking about success could be blocking you from having it. Does that make sense? Like the mindset
No.
that got you to where you are right now is not the mindset that's going to create the success that you deserve.
Amy, do you
You're
want to
right.
give Aaron a rundown on who this guy is?
All right, Aaron, this is Brad Bizjack. He used to be in Beachbody. He may still be signed up as a coach. He was even in some of their ads for transformations, by the way. He's got transformation photos out there like crazy, but he is now a coach to coaches. And I don't know if you know all of the Beachbody, if you know the main Huns, but Julie Voris, Holly Hillier, Ashley Smith, Michael Folsom, like all of these huge coaches, he has coached them. But the best person that he has coached, do you want to tell Aaron, DC?
Yes. No Shame Sales Game. It's the crossover I did not expect. It's wild. It is freaking wild. And after watching this guy and the wilted word salad, it totally makes sense. It totally makes
checks out.
sense. It checks out. Yes. It's the genetic crossover nobody was expecting. And here we are.
It's true.
We are.
And if you guys will just get rid of your limiting beliefs and manifest, I may have a video of the two of them talking.
Amy, no
Shut
way.
the front door.
Oh my God.
It's true. So if you guys could just throw that out into the universe, manifest it hard enough, and maybe we'll have to make that one happen too.
Putting it on my vision board right now.
Yes.
Oh my God,
Yes.
I love it.
Yep.
Heck
Along
yeah.
with all of the truth bombs he's been dropping.
You cannot solve a problem from the mindset that created it. If you are looking at life through a particular lens, like say you go to an eye doctor and you're trying to read that screen, and the bottom of the screen, those letters, right? And you're looking, you're squinting, you're trying everything, but you can't succeed at reading those letters. Well, what does the eye doctor do? He gives you different prescriptions, right? 1 or 2, 2 or 3, 1 or 3, right? And you're given a contact lens or a glasses prescription, and all of a sudden you're able to see that bottom row have success much more simply.
No way. No way.
Did you guys
Yes
bottom
way,
row
but no
coming?
way. Here's a problem. If I cannot see something and a licensed doctor gives me the prescription so I can now see, that's one thing. With multi-level marketing, the business model is designed to make the top successful and the bottom have to continue feeding up into that, because you have to have a lot of monies coming up here to give them the lifestyle that they lead. And so it's not a, if I have glasses now, I can see situation. It's a, if you didn't get in early, if you don't have a large audience, if you don't have a lot of influence, it is going to be difficult, if not impossible, for you to be successful in multi-level marketing. He gives these examples that's like 1 + 1 is 2. And the same thing works for multi-level marketing, but please don't ask about the equation because I'm not going to be able to explain it to you. Okay.
But here's the thing. Here's
Okay.
the other hole in this theory. If I'm going to the eye doctor and I can't see and they give me glasses, the glasses are the how of how I'm going to be able to see. And I thought I wasn't privy to the information about how I'm supposed to be able to do anything. So why are we using this as an example?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to do a stream where people just put in like suggestions for scenarios, and we will try and make that work in a multi-level marketing example.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
think we could
Heck yes.
I think we could do it. This could be fun. It could be a new series of like, all right, let's do this.
Without nearly as much effort. That's what we're going to do here. If you're doing all the right things and it's not working for you, but it's working for everyone else, it's not the strategy that's the problem. It's the lens, the mindset, how your mind is wired that you're looking at success with that's slowing you down. And if you do this, you might experience something where you kind of get consistently inconsistent, where it feels like you're trying, you want to be pulled towards these dreams, but you can't quite get yourself to do it. It almost feels like your efforts seem forced and you feel kind of exhausted to make them happen, and you just need to recharge, and it constantly feels like you need a break. Don't worry, we're going to go through all of this stuff and so much more. And over this week leading up to the Monday we start the challenge, I'm going to be giving you mini challenges, priming your mind to be able to have success at that level. So let me tell you a little bit about how this program works. We start in 1 week on Monday at 7 a.m.
Okay. Did you guys just catch that blip? Like he cut out the date, but he missed it earlier.
Oh, I'm gonna put a little ticker on the bottom so people
my
can
God.
see who this guy trained. Probably.
I love it.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Central Time, live right here in this group. I'm going to be streaming a Zoom into this group, so you can literally catch me live, and I'll be going through these principles with you. We're going to go through day one, and it's going to be so powerful. You're going to learn what that person told me that day that transformed my entire life. You're going to dive deep into your unique success archetype, and we'll cover one of the biggest mistakes that people make on the path to success that stops them no matter what effort they put in. And then each day for those 5 days, I'm going to introduce a topic which took me 10 years to learn. 10 years of studying personal development, investing well over $350,000 at this stage into my own personal development. And I'm going to give all of that to you for free over these 5 days. And you're going to discover what are these things that cause people to accidentally slow down their success. See, I believe you're doing the best you can with what you have right now. And so it's not your fault if you're in this place where you're trying things and it's not working. We just want to rewire you so that you...
Here's the problem. One of the big problems is they always say people are doing the best they can with the information they have. Sometimes that's true, but it makes people not look for potentially exploitive uplines because all people have my best interest at heart or all people are doing the best. No, we need to look at this like, am I going to be financially healthier after this interaction? Am I going to be physically healthier or as healthy or mentally or emotionally, whatever it is? And if it's not, then potentially the person you're interacting with maybe is someone who you need to look at your proximity to. Not throwing people out who are negative, but saying, wow, every time that I try to bring up a problem with my upline, they say that I'm just being a hater and I'm not looking at the situation the right way and blah, blah, blah. Well, they're not giving you specific answers to the questions that you have. That might not be a healthy relationship. They have their own best interests at heart, their own financial interests at heart. That doesn't mean that they have your best financial or emotional or mental or physical interests at the forefront of their mind.
Which I think is why like MLM as a whole is just so insidious because they make you think that you have these close relationships and that they love you and care about you. And I mean, that's probably why I paid for my upline to go to Punta Cana, right? Like because I truly felt that connection and how much I wanted to remain in that like great relationship with her. And how can I do this? And this is so important to have her with me on this trip. So I paid for it. Right.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
It's gross.
See your efforts start to work. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to break through any limiting beliefs holding you back from reaching that next level so you can go to an entirely new world of success faster than ever before. You'll literally, in these 5 days, start the process of rewiring your mind in real time. You will be blown away as to how you look at the world in just a couple of days. It's completely different than how you've been doing things. And we're going to be giving prizes for participation. I'm literally giving away online courses.
Participation prizes.
And they're going to be more time with me.
Oh boy, I can't wait. I can't
Just
wait.
what I always wanted.
Group coaching sessions, one-on-one coaching sessions, which are thousands of dollars each, giving away for free. And I'm giving away even $1,000 cash in this program. Literally, there will be a $1,000 cash prize winner in this program. It's going to be incredible. All of these pre-event prizes will be explained on each day of the challenge. But let me just give you one piece of advice before I hop off this video. That one piece of advice is trust this process. It will feel different. The strongest force in the human personality is to stay consistent with who you already think you are, which means
stay consistent with who you already think you are.
But he just told us that we're not. believing the best in ourselves. And
We're not where we want to be. So
We're not
how
where
are
Our
we gonna
minds
move?
are already broken, but believe the best, like who you already are. Like again, the back and forth, the double speak, at least, some people aren't good communicators off the cuff. I love a good outline. I love like points I need to hit, because sometimes it's like, you know what, that literally doesn't make sense going from this to here. People can't follow that. And again, he's doing this. Your mind's broken. We're going to fix it together. You're going to fix it in 5 days. You're going to have more success than you've ever had it before, but also believe in who you already are. Well, who I am is already broken, as you said, and I have to fix my neural pathways. So, which is it? It's exhausting.
It is.
We're speaking in circles.
Absolutely.
Yes. At
means
least we're
that
getting exercise.
Changing your existing wiring and mindset will feel weird. It's going to feel different. I'm going to ask you to think about success in a different way than you've likely thought about it before. But isn't that good? Like, you got to
Success
ask
is
yourself,
measurable.
is what you're doing to create six-figure success and beyond, is it working? And if the answer to that question is no, trust this process. It will feel different.
Find
And by the
something
way,
different.
if you are seeing six-figure success, but you feel so stressed out, or like if you stop, it'll all fall apart, or I just can't, I have this death grip on success, this is still for you.
This is my favorite.
All of them are that way, because if your downline quits working, your whole organization will crumble, my dude.
Yep.
So you have to hold on with both hands, and you are on this stupid hamster wheel no matter what level you are in the company, because it can all drop.
Yeah. And
This
the
is gonna
thing
help
is,
you
fix your mindset. Fix your mindset. Think about success in a different way. Well, success, it should be measurable. Am I able to make a profit? Am I able to do the things I want to with the money that I supposedly am bringing in from this opportunity? If the answer is no, what do we need to fix? Do we need to step away from the opportunity entirely? Do we need to stop spending as much money? What is the answer? Because he's saying, I'm going to help you think about it differently, but success should be measurable. It should at least be measurable for yourself. Can I continue investing this much money every month without getting a return and be okay with that? If it's harming my family, maybe the answer is no. Or I hope the answer is no. But it should say, I'm going to help you think about things differently, but not at the expense of remembering things that we should always measure. Am I making money at this? Am I able to do things that I additionally want to do with my family, or with time for myself, or whatever it is? In Beachbody, and in other multi-level marketing companies, in these coaching programs, it's like it's all mindset, because you can think your way to success, and it's like, no.
I'm like, this is kind of irrelevant, but the piece about this that really irritates me from like a marketing perspective is that he's literally trying to appeal to everyone. It's not even just like, okay, I built this mindset course for people who aren't making any money. It's like, I built it for them, but also if you are making money and you're worried about that, like, you can come too. It's for everybody. Why don't we all just sign up? Like, what are you doing, man?
Yep.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, my pause game is strong today.
It's so good. You've never had a stronger pause game. This is like the penultimate of it. Yes.
I manifested it before we got on this call.
Oh, I love that.
Beyond that six-figure level with peace. Because this process has changed over 20,000 lives in the last 2 years alone. One more bit of advice
for the better.
Just trust this process.
Changed it for the better.
Well,
changed it for the better.
And again, can I see some facts on this? And who is it changing the lives of? Is it the coaches who are the ones who are like pushing this for you? How many of those 20,000 people would come on and give you this ringing endorsement of how amazing it has been?
That's what I want to know.
Like, I don't think so.
The process, it's a game changer. But also use this community. Use this community. Whatever you give to this community, you will get. You will find you're going to meet some of the best friends you've ever had in this program. You will not feel alone.
Look, I like all of y'all. I'm not going to pay $1,997 to be friends with somebody. I mean, that must be my broke mindset, but he's saying this is for everyone. It's gonna fix your mindset. You're gonna have more success than you ever had. But if none of that matters to you, you're gonna find some really good friends. You know,
So
I hate
I
to
think
break it to people, but I didn't have to pay the Snark crew at all to be friends. I mean,
Oh.
I guess I kind of like, slid into Danielle's DMs, but still, like, I haven't had to like pay her money. We just send hey girl messages back and forth to each other and stream. It's just like and this is my opinion, you shouldn't have to pay to be friends with people.
You also can't
I don't
guarantee
know.
that. Just because you join my
Yep.
program doesn't mean you're going to be friends with the people that are in it.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, and it kind of is the crossover with Julie Joe's video that she did on the Beach Boss influencers,
Yep.
because they tell you to get into these programs and recruit in them for your MLM and try and get people to leave what they're doing. And so it's this weird crossover that even in this community, you cannot count on any of them being genuine and being your friend.
Yep.
It's just another form of preying on people.
Exactly. It
Yep.
all ties back to money.
Absolutely.
And when you're in these challenges, it somehow feels like it's so unique to you, right? It feels like other people don't understand. But when you go through this group and you play all out in this program, you are going to notice, oh my gosh, these people, they're just like me. They're just like me. It's not my unique situation. Oh my gosh, I can do this too. And you're going to feel pulled towards creating success. You're not going to feel alone. Going after success in a world that's driven by mediocrity, that very thing that you're trying to escape from, when you're going after success in that world, it feels lonely. You are going to be surrounded by thousands of people in this program who are hungry to break the chains of mediocrity forever. That's why you're here. That's what you're made for. You're meant for so much more than what you're getting out of life right now. Wouldn't you agree with that? Like, wouldn't you?
I do agree with that. Where do I sign up? Oh,
I just want you to be
dude.
my friend.
MLM math is very advanced. It is true. And you need to quit asking how to do MLM math and just trust us. The how doesn't matter. How doesn't matter.
Actually, this is something I was just thinking about while I'm sitting here. Is Amy, you said there's like 5,000 people in his Facebook group, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is he's ran this training 4 times. And even though it's the same 5,000 people, he's saying it's 20,000 because he did it 4 times to 5,000 people.
Ooh.
That's hater math, Danielle. We can't do that here, remember?
I was going to say, you're doing some creative math skills. Those are pretty amazing. That's great.
Ooh.
Agree that you are meant to create something amazing with this life. Then my challenge to you is to go all in. Give yourself this gift of 5 days. 45, 60 minutes a day in that sweet spot. 5 days. That's it. And you will notice your life will transform forever. It will never be the same. Once you see success this way, you can't unsee it. And also, please make sure you take the What's Your Unique Success Archetype quiz. It's listed in the description of this video, and it's going to be in the pinned post at the top of this page. It's going to help you so much on day 1 to get the most out of this challenge. So make sure you take that quiz today as well. So give yourself this gift. 45 minutes a day, 5 days, your life changed forever. Invite your friends and family to join us because most people go about success backwards. And we need to help as many people as we possibly can to succeed in the right way and start the process of rewiring your mind for 6-figure success. So
By
I'm
rewiring
so
the minds
excited
of
to
everyone
serve
you know.
Welcome to the Success Accelerator, and comment below. I want to read these comments. Why are you here? What's the reason you said yes to this?
Spoiler alert, I did not comment in there about why I was there. I did not answer that question in that video.
Oh my God.
Whether you have been in my ecosystem for a while or not, I might not know you personally, but I
Ecosystem?
want to. So tell me, why are you here? What do you really want out of this?
None of your
Comment
business.
below. I'd love to
Right?
see what you are committed to getting out of this program. So I'm so excited to serve you. Welcome to the Success Accelerator. This will change your life forever. I'm so excited. Pay attention over this week as we lead up to the challenge starting on Monday. I'm going to be dropping some nuggets to help you get prepared to maximize these 5 days together. So comment below, and always remember, you're only one insight away from a radically different life. I'll see you later
Lucky
today.
me.
You did it. You are.
Remove.
Oh my
Get
god!
out.
I was like, what's happening?
Amy's
Oh my goodness.
Amy.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah, sir, I
Yeah.
don't want your nuggets. Like don't drop
Yep.
nuggets all over.
Yeah.
Nobody likes
This
that.
is
Nobody.
the cultiness, and I say culty, the influence, the like think like one of the Borg. It's just it's.
I cannot.
And again, I guess I haven't been out of my multi-level marketing company long enough. There's still part of me that's like, being part of a team is great. Wanting to do this, towards the same goal is great. Why are you, nitpicking the stuff that he doesn't say right? It's like, because he's using it to personally profit by saying, like, be in the system, be part of the community, just be one of us. It's just like, okay, be one of us at the expense of what? Be part of our team at the expense of what? What am I going to lose to be part of the team? They're going to say, well, you're going to lose your lack of confidence. I'm also going to apparently lose $1,997 and more, probably, to get what? To be part of a team, to look at success differently, so I'm not going to measure it and make sure that I'm actually going to be successful. I don't think I can afford that. I don't think I can.
DC, the solution is simple. You pay $19.97, then you craft your own program, but only charge maybe $9.97, and then you just recruit at least 2, hopefully more people, and then you teach them to recruit people into their program for $4.97, and they got to recruit like 4 times as many people as you and make money, and that's how it works.
It's a chain letter pyramid scheme. I forgot.
I'm gonna be sending you an
much more
invoice.
sense. Oh yeah, I'll pay you. I'll pay you for that insight. Premium top
VIP.
price.
And I think the thing, like DC, that came to me while you were saying that is that there is enough good in it, right? There are some good things that you can see, like, oh, that does make sense. That makes sense. But then they wrap it in all of this other stuff that it completely changes what you thought you were getting. And it's the same thing with MLM. Like, you're like, oh, maybe this program would be good for me. Maybe their makeup is the best. Maybe this is, so life-changing, because it has just enough to pull you in.
100%.
Yep. And it's like, we want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but we are never given the benefit of the doubt. People who have questions are never given the benefit of the doubt. Hey, if I am not making enough to make money this month, what should I do? You're just being a hater. Well, if they were actually giving me the benefit of the doubt and saying, well, what can we do to help you meet the goals that you personally have, not just what I want to do with the company? The people who have questions are never given the same opportunity that they're asking, us to give them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and you look at some of the coaches that he is coaching and some of the problematic behaviors that they are showing, and it's like, oh, okay, it all makes sense now why they're doing the things that they're doing. When you see how they're being trained by guys like this, it's like, oh, well, no wonder why in the 6 people you had talk to us, 4 of them have planners that they ask you to buy, and 3 of them are coaches. That makes sense.
Yep. And I'm describing it like this because a parasitic relationship, one person is benefiting and the other person is losing. And so in these situations where you have these kind of parasitic businesses, and maybe Danielle can give the correct marketing definition of this, but you're plugged into the downline of the person. And then the top pyramid performer is saying, I have this agenda, I have this planner, I have this 5-day whatever, I have this thing that if you join this, it's going to synergistically increase your potential to be successful. Well, I haven't even met the goals that I have being plugged into your downline. And then you're saying there's another cost over here. So I'm having to give up here where you win. And I'm probably losing. I'm losing money. And I'm giving up a ton of money here and not meeting my goals either. So what's going on? And it's these type of businesses, like y'all are saying, like, and I call them parasitic things where they're asking a lot of their downline and they're not giving a lot.
Well, and then when they recruited their downline, they also told them that they would teach them everything that they knew on how to be successful. I think that's the other thing that bothers me is they tell you that they will teach you everything that they know. And then once you have signed up, that's when all of these like conditions come in. You're right. I will teach you. But you have to hit the goal that you don't know how to hit because I haven't taught you how to do it.
Yeah.
But you hit that goal and then I'll teach you how. And it's like, it's not how this works. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Danielle-
like they keep moving the goalpost. They keep moving like, hey, you have to go to this mark. Oh no, not that mark. You need to go to the next mark. You need to go to the next mark. And it's like when you do that, and they always bring up like parental relationships. When you do that to kids, that makes them so angry when you say, yes, we are going to go to the park after you clean your room. Oh, I cleaned my room. They've set their mind like, I did something that I was told to do, and I was told I was going to get this reward for it. But then they're saying, well, I know you cleaned your room, but you didn't do it fast enough. So now we need to clean the living room, and then we'll go to the park. When that type of stuff, it's like, I don't know. And maybe Amy can speak to this. I don't know what that is, but it's not breaking your word to people. It's not my cup of tea, I guess. I don't know what to say.
It's another form of manipulation, right? You're trying to manipulate your children into doing what you want them to do versus actually working with them, teaching them, and then sticking with what you said, and whether that be for good or bad. So we had my youngest really wanted this Pokemon game. We made a deal, which was, I think we got out on the like good end because it was picking up dog food. I'm just saying.
Yep.
And it was like, okay, you do that. And then on Monday, we will purchase the game for you. Well, then on Saturday, he's like, okay, I did it. Can I have the game? Well, no, we made an agreement. And so I think it's important to set parameters that you are willing to fulfill.
Yes.
You have to be willing to fulfill that. And if you're not, then don't say it. Right? Because they get so frustrated that you manipulated them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So Danielle, after watching this incredible training by Julie JV and I forgot his name again. Brad Bizjack. What are your thoughts since you're actually in this space and you actually help people with their businesses? Like, what is your impression of of him and like what he's doing?
It's the same. So like take the MLM out of it and it's the same as what you see in the coaching space of like, I'm going to regurgitate every inspirational quote I've ever read or heard on a podcast. And I'm going to try and make it sound like it's some revolutionary discovery that I just created myself recently. And then I'm going to use that to pick apart your pain points and manipulate you into whatever my latest offer is. So obviously we know with him, it's this like group coaching program, but just kind of tying it back to what you were saying, DC, what we see a lot in the coaching space in terms of this, like consistently trying to upsell you on things is like the idea of like a drip funnel. So you opt into my email list because I'm giving you, the 5 secrets to start your own business. And then you sign up and I'm trying to sell you my $7 ebook that's going to give you 10 more secrets. And then 3 days later, I'm going to nurture you through my email list and I'm going to sell you my $47 course. And then eventually I'm going to get you into, this free 5-day training where I'll sell you my $2,000 coaching program. So like, regardless of whether it's coaching, whether it's MLM, you're just seeing the same tactics regurgitated over and over and over again.
Well, and you're probably even seeing the same content and they're just either stating it differently. They state it differently in their 5-day course than they do in their ebook, and then they do. But when you look at it, it's all the same.
You're just adding word salad. So like, I'm going to take my 2-page ebook or PDF that I gave you, and I'm going to turn it into this hour-long training where I'm just dragging out everything. The whole point, though, is the exact same thing I gave you for free.
Yeah. And it's different because if we're talking about measurables, they were saying that be in a place of uncertainty, and that's where you're going to find success. Well, if you're actually working with someone who's like helping you develop skills, let's take Instagram for a second. Let's say you're working with someone and they say, these are the numbers that brands are looking for you to get a partnership. You're looking for 10x this, you're looking for 7x this. So that's what you work on first. How do you do that? You engage with your audience, try this, and you're actually saying, we're here, we're looking for here. This is what contracts look like with brands. This is what questions you can ask. There's actual things that they're giving you that are valuable that you can take and actually do something with. And with these type of trainings, it's like, let's get motivated. Let's be excited.
Feel
You need to
good.
be Yep. And you need to look at success like you're going to be failing for a long time. And then when you've suffered enough,
It's coming.
you
It's
will
coming.
then
It's
be
coming.
successful. And it's like, it's vastly different. You have something, and I think in an ethical trainer or coach or business, whatever, it's like there's measurable things that you're going to get in trade for what you pay. And in here, it's like, you're going to get some kind of emotional thing if your mindset's right, if you're looking at it in the right direction, with the right glint. But if you're not, then you're not going to get it. But that's not our fault. That's your fault. That's on you. And it's like, that's not
And
what
that's
we're
really what
doing
it
in
boils
real
down to.
businesses.
They keep getting you to the point that you're like, oh my gosh, they're so right and I am so wrong. They know what to do, but I'm not doing it. And they
Yep.
truly just flip the script on you to where it's like, oh my gosh, it is my fault that I'm not successful right now. It's all on me. And
Yep.
I can do better. And I can
Yep.
do more. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing, but I should be doing it more and doing it better, obviously. But I don't know how to do that. It doesn't matter. It's on me. It's all on me.
And most people feel bad, like someone who's an expert shouldn't have to take the time if I didn't get it the first time. And if you have ever been with a really good teacher or a really good coach, they don't make you feel bad for asking questions. They don't make you feel small because maybe you didn't learn it fast enough or didn't learn it as fast as the class did. And if you're in an MLM or you're in this space, you're just like, I still need help because I don't understand how to market myself on social media. I don't understand how to find customers. I don't understand whatever it is. They're not going to say, "Oh, well, you just you didn't come to the Zoom call or you left 2 minutes early from the Zoom call last Saturday, so I know you're not really committed, so I'm not going to answer your question because you haven't shown me that you're willing to do what it takes." No, I was literally asking about how to warm up a market. I was asking about how do I talk to people on, whatever, on Insta story. I was asking how to interact, how to have a good rapport with people. Oh, but I'm not committed enough? Okay, I guess other people understand because I'm the only one asking questions. So, I'm just gonna be quiet and try to figure it out by myself. It's manipulative.
Uh, I like what Erin said. Like the learning is done through the repetition. And it's also, when I look, I have 5 kids, right? And each of my 5 kids learns differently. And I have to explain it differently for each of them. These trainings are all the same. These phone calls, these weekly Zooms, they're like copy paste repetitive. And the problem is you've got these top leaders who are doing these trainings. They are not trainers. They are not teachers. They don't know how to do this. They know one thing, which is what their upline showed them to do. And so those may be neurodivergent, which MLMs tend to prey on, that need it differently. They make you feel like it's your fault.
Yeah. Yep.
And they do such a disservice to those who may need it differently. And there's nothing wrong with that person. And I would think like Julie, being a teacher, would know like some of those things, but instead she just is she would have been like my nightmare teacher.
Yeah. No excuses, just do the work, show up, and whatever kind of teacher that is. It just, I mean, I know and again, no shade to teachers. Teachers are doing an incredibly hard job with not a lot of pay, and they're doing a lot of things out of their own pocket too to support their classroom needs. It's just, a really good teacher is a game changer, and teachers who can recognize different learning needs in the classroom is a game changer for those kids. And again, it's, I guess if you're in an MLM and if you've made it to this part of the video, it's not you. It's not you in your MLM. It's a very broken compensation model. You're probably not getting actual training from your upline just because they show up to a Zoom call and watch you, do cold messaging for an hour. I wouldn't say that's training. I wouldn't say that that's an actual skill that you can practice to get better at. And so if you're feeling stuck, keep doing your own research. Keep listening to people who, listen to people who have left, who have had, who are sharing their experiences, and, see what happens if you just, talk to people who maybe have a different understanding about how multi-level marketing works.
Yeah. And find a coach who isn't just going to blow smoke, right? Who actually gives you legitimate, actionable things that you can do. The how is
one that offers a refund policy as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
Taking accountability for their own work. What a weird concept.
Yep. Yeah.
I think that's in the hater mindset, though, Danielle. I think that only haters want refunds because they're not really committed.
I'm just negative, okay? I'm not committed to the process.
But you're lucky because we're going to manifest a better mindset for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I need it.
Get on that level. Yeah, that's so awesome, Sam. So one of my children needs different, right? She needs different things. And so like her teacher has been fantastic at working with her to give her those things. And I in turn send Dr. Pepper to that teacher to allow her to have the energy to deal with said child. They can make the world of difference. And when you have these coaches who are not willing to even sit down and talk with you and look at different, and nor do they have the time. I mean, as he's saying, like he has like 5,000 people in the group or whatever, it is a copy paste formula that he is using.
Yeah. Yep. It's kind of like Brittany Dawn. Or what? Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
It was 100%. A copy, and she's in court. I mean, she's going through her suit right now, and it's a copy and paste situation because she allegedly offered more than she could actually
keep up with.
Keep up with, and that's that's not good.
And I hope people can see, like, I don't feel like every coach is bad. I don't feel like every, I think it's when you're like, oh my gosh, these people in whichever way, but because there are the good ones out there who can help you, the bad ones take advantage of that.
Exactly.
And so, and that's where it's on, we need to do our research, but where is the research to find that? And I think that's why we're creating content. That's why we're trying to help people and to show them like, no, there is different. There is different. And you don't have to pay $2,000 for him to send you a copy paste training.
100%.
Yeah. Yep.
Oof. Well, ladies, that was real. And we didn't even get into any of his actual trainings.
Whoa. Oh,
it's probably for the best. I might have punched the screen.
I
gotta save that for another day.
I may just start like
expensive computer equipment.
Right. I'll just start randomly sending Danielle, you should look at this.
Oh my gosh. Love it. Well, live chat, you've been incredible. And thank you so much for all of your comments. We tried to put a lot of them on the screen. None of us take it for granted that y'all want to hang out with us, on a live stream and participate. And so many of you ask really incredible questions, give us really incredible insight, and our streams would not be the same without y'all. And replay crew, much non-culty love to you. Thank you so much. If you made it to this part of the video, we would take a like if you actually like the video. I mean, a down like also helps our analytics, but it doesn't help as much if you just leave us a nasty hate comment if you actually hated the video. But if you liked it, we'd love for you to like the video. So
All right, you guys, thank you, and we definitely will be back. You'll definitely see us again. So
Part
yes,
2, 3, 4,
awesome.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 coming soon.
that's right. We got this.
Heck yeah.
All right. Okay. Oh, Erin's going to be live at the top of the
Uh,
hour.
Okay,
awesome.
let me. I guess I can't redirect into her. Let me just see. I will redirect if I can. I know it's going to be in 30 minutes, but I'm just going to see if
Yeah.
I can do that real quick. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Customization.
awesome.
Okay.
So you've got 26 minutes to go drop some nuggets, apparently, and get some, whatever beverage you choose. So, all right, you guys have a great one, and thank you so much.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.